We are here. We're no longer on the road. We are here. We are back in the studio house place. Hey, Will.
Things, places, stuff, video games.
How you doing, everybody? Happy Friday. I believe the first day of summer is the 21st. Actually, thank you.
What day is today? I don't even know what day today is.
It's June the 20th.
That's a month. Oh, okay. There we go.
It's June. What's going on, everyone? What?
Who?
I just got.
Do you even know where you are?
Don't start barking.
I didn't start
crazy. The dogs, because the neighbors are moving stuff. They've been barking all morning. Whew. Anyway, we're live.
Hi, Bash at you.
Bash, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Good to see you. I got something for Will here. I got something for all of you to enjoy. To start the day.
Not dealing with this. No.
Enjoy the new intro. Bubsy the Bobcat. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. We won't play Bubsy. I was actually toying with putting a clip in the video, but ultimately decided against it.
That's the stuff of nightmares.
Stacy, good to see you. We got JT, Cutthroat Comics, Raj, the Rainmaker. It's time to wake up. The Average Gamer, Billy D. Bash is here. Good to see all of you. Stop trying to make Bubby a thing, Jay. I don't have to make it a thing, buddy. It's its own thing.
No, it needs to go away.
You don't have to be upset because you never played Bubsy. You spend your whole life playing Super Mario and Sonic and... Come on, dude. And guess what? It's my thing. So there you go.
It's an awful thing. Why did I even point that out? God...
You knew what you were doing. You were poking the fire. Poking the bear. Whatever.
Poking the fire?
Did you see all the amazing errors, the speech errors that we had in the car, especially at the end?
Those are fun outtakes.
We're there for 7 hours.
You know what my favorite part of watching that was if you look in the background, it's just JP yawning. He's like...
Pretty, thank you for this sub. I want to say, if you guys haven't seen the new video, we dropped it last night. Our return to Big Time Gamers at Pickering, Ontario, with our good pal, the Dawn of Gaming, Dawn.
Dawn?
Make sure you guys check it out and do me a favor. Leave a comment on the video. Give it a thumbs up, a thumbs down, whatever you thought of it. Interact with it. Do us a solid. We appreciate it. All right.
It all helps that almighty algorithm.
I don't know if you have anything that's you could show from that. We can show like one thing without giving away the whole video. I still have my pile. So this is what I do. When we go on these hunts, see it's hidden behind this thing here. When I go on my hunts, I don't put everything away until the video is done. Isn't that crazy?
Huh. I sneak it around my backdrop.
So they're already in there. I'm trying to see. I don't see any of them. That's
why I said sneak it in there. You want me to pull something out? I'll pull something out.
That's going to be my profile pic from now on.
Why?
It's real. It exists. Bubsy the Bobcat. We got plumbers, we got hedgehogs, bobcats, we got guys who flick boogers, we have acrobats, bats.
No, the dog bed.
Yeah, I won't show the good ones.
There we go. See, it's in the case there.
Golden Eye 007.
Do baby boop beep boop beep beep.
I'm really interested to know something. As I was editing this video, you once again, I think for the third time, got your hands on a copy of Contra boxed.
Yep.
And still did not pull the trigger. Yep. Let's get in Will's head now. For the third time, why did you not pull the trigger?
Uh, really, it just came down to the box. I wasn't really liking the cornering on the box and stuff. It also didn't have the manual, and I was like, if I'm spending that much, I don't know, it feels like a bit much to go for like without like everything complete. And I also know like the other item that we found is a lot probably more rare than Contra, which we do see kind of everywhere, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, in that whole scene there, I find the Mega Man 3, which I have ties to because it was the first game I ever purchased with my money from my job. I don't have that copy anymore, but I really don't like Mega Man 3 that much. I played it not too long ago, and it's just not my thing. So there was that, right? So in the cost of it, I'm just like, ah. And then I thought about what you were saying, right? Is just, let's get stuff that means something to us, like Bubsy, like GoldenEye, stuff like that, that kind of brings us back to the past, back to our childhood and things like that. Oh, who am I kidding? I was friggin' 25 when Bubsy came out. Who am I trying to fool?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe you do have an affinity with Bubsy for however wrong it is.
I always liked that character. Like I always liked bad movies, especially in particular bad horror movies. So I would say, yeah, when James Rolfe came out with all the angry video game nerd stuff, and he kind of popularized the bad game thing. I'm like, hey, that's kind of cool. I wonder, maybe I should go back and collect some bad games. And they are kind of fun to play. That one in particular is really, really bad, though. It's capturing the footage for the video. It's painful, dude. Like, it's painful.
Yeah, like those, we've talked about it before, like those 3D games, especially the early 3D games. A lot of them are rough.
Right.
Like going back to them, you're like, oh, this is awful. Doesn't play well. Like, do you want to go back and play Blasto?
Oh, there's another one. Yeah, we see a lot of those mascot games died when they tried to go 3D. And back then too, everyone thought that's what you had to do. No one wanted a 2D baby game anymore.
Everybody wanted 3D. And it makes you puke.
And unfortunately, they didn't have Shigeru Miyamoto behind the helm, so you get Earthworm Jim 3.
Rough.
So,
And I'm of the... I don't think Earthworm Jim's ever really been good. I'm just saying it now.
Not a big fan either, dude. I'm with you. It's like Battletoads, right? Where every level's like different.
Yeah, I would prefer to play Battletoads over Earthworm Jim.
Raj, yes, we are going worldwide, buddy. I'm noticing that subs from all around the planet, which is amazing.
Mr. Worldwide.
Billy, I appreciate that. I'm glad you liked it, dude. Captain Shaz, how you doing? Welcome on in. 80s cops. I don't know any. Okay, well, Martin Riggs is from Lethal Weapon. Axel is from Beverly Hills Cop. John McClane is from Die Hard. And Raymond Tango is from Tango and Cash.
Okay, so Raymond Tango, I had no clue who that was.
That's Stallone. I was reaching there because I was gonna put, RoboCop or something like that, but he would win, right? So I had to kind of even it out. So I had to search that one. Yeah, that's Stallone. And do you remember Tango and Cash? Do you remember that one?
Tango? No.
The Kurt Russell Cash.
I was looking it up.
Yeah, it's pretty old school.
No, I've never seen that.
Raj says, Jay and Willie, choose one. Nintendo or Super Nintendo?
Super Nintendo.
Nintendo. There you go, Raj. Easy. Easy.
Quick responses. Bam. I think the Super Nintendo has better titles, better library. Just the 16-bit era was like amazing for me. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, Super Nintendo is amazing for sure, yeah. But ultimately I would do bash this Commodore. There you go. I don't know, Matt. I couldn't think of a fourth. Maybe you can think of a better cop that's wouldn't destroy the polls like RoboCop would obviously win. I don't know. I just Googled it. I thought actually McLean would clean house. Him and Axel are kicking butt. No one likes Riggs. All you Lethal Weapon fans out there. Jeez.
What about Frank Drebin?
Oh, that's a good one, actually. That's a good one. That would have been good. That would have been good. Frank, Maniac Cop? What the hell is
The hell's a Maniac Cop?
What's a Maniac Cop? Maniac Cop. Oh,
Why do we got Bubsy playing again? Stop it!
My torture device. Captain Chad says I could go back and play Toe Jam and Earl.
I've never played that, but I've heard a lot of people talk about Toe Jam and Earl. And I know it's been like re-released on other platforms.
True, yeah. Toe Jam and Earl. There was like that crowd fund not so many years ago.
Yeah, it wasn't a sequel or something?
Yeah, there was 2 on Genesis, I think, and then there was another one. Bubsy is overhated. I love Blubsy, Captain. I do. We love to hate him.
You want to appear on my Steam? I was going through my Steam like list that is like showing the top games and like upcoming releases suggested for you. It was the Gex trilogy, and I knew that I was going on a bad part of my life.
Yeah, I mean that game was really designed to be. I mean, I know 3DO really wanted Gex to be their mascot, and then he showed up on the PlayStation like 2 days later, and it was like, okay, so that's the end of that. Even back then, his like movie quotes just drove me crazy, man.
And like they wouldn't hold up today.
Yeah,
like unless you're from that era, like okay, maybe, but like kids playing Gex now, they'd be like, "What the hell is this thing talking about?"
Yeah, I mean that was even before Matrix. It would have been like a lot of Bill and Ted lines and stuff like that. You know, just blah blah blah. Crap. Good morning, Rusty Spoons. And we got Packers here. Just arrived. We can start the stream now, guys. Okay, we'll go back. Here, I'm gonna let you read some because I always read them. There you go.
What do you mean you always read them? We always go back and forth.
I always read them.
Easy. We don't even have the thingy up, so no one knows
I mean
where we're
this
at.
right here. The comment from Bash is what I meant.
Oh, I was looking at the magazine. You got to be
right
clear
on your
these
face.
things.
It's right there.
I liked Montezuma's Revenge, Bruce Lee, Ghostbusters, Master of Magic, Wizard, Henry's House, and I Air Kung Fu. There was also a game called Jack Attack I played for hours. I know Montezuma's Revenge and Ghostbusters. I don't think I've heard of the other ones.
Why did you not type this on the YouTube video then? I'm asking you, buddy. Just type it on the video. Because the more comments the video gets, I'm just being transparent with you guys.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me you comment on Facebook and stuff like that, but the more that it gets on the video, the more YouTube pushes us out. That's just the reality of it.
Yeah, the best way you guys can help Jay's videos is commenting, liking, sharing it. Like you don't have to do like it doesn't cost you anything. You just gotta do that stuff. It doesn't cost
anything, and I'm trying not to preach because you guys know how it is, but there's not a lot of videos or there's not a lot of likes compared to or dislikes compared to the views. So just do me a solid. I pray. I beg. Thank you. So anyway, Cutthroat says Josh Pepper won the recent game hunt with the Sega consoles. Just saying. Wrong. Incorrect.
The console, like JP definitely spent the most, hands down.
Right. But it's not about that.
No. I know. And like consoles are a big one. I could see how somebody could say like that. 100%.
No, he's wrong.
Okay. Sorry, Cut Nothings. I tried.
Sorry, Cut Nothings. What's up, Den? Good morning. Yeah, I don't want to give away anything. We'll talk about it. Well, you're on vacation in a week, so when we get back, we'll talk in depth about what and why we picked up. Or Billy says there's a winner right there. Long box Doom.
That's right, baby. That's my first long box. Next one's gonna be Resident Evil. That's my next one.
Evil.
I need to find one of those.
Play some.
And then I think I'll have all the PlayStation Resident Evils, except for what's that rail shooter one? Was it Survivor? Was there a PlayStation with Survivor one?
Survivor's not on rails though. You actually move your character.
Okay.
Nope, there was just those. That was it. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, the Bubsy I had to play to capture the footage. And I also made a Bubsy video that's on my channel like a year ago. But I've done my time with the Bubs.
I'm just saying, Matt, that's because I have taste and not wasting my money on Bubsy.
Willie gets all the winners. Come on, Matt. Come on now. I mean, what is that like? Where is the voting for that? Is it based on rarity? Is it based on? I guess it would be personal tastes. That's fine. That's fine. Arnold Palmer, come on, man. It's like $5. You guys.
But the story behind you getting that one, you guys need to watch the video for the story. But
the story, yeah,
it's a good story. It's a good reason why he got it.
July 1993. Oh man. Some of us were in high school. Some of us were not.
93? I would have been 8.
For those of you who are in high school, I guarantee your back hurts right now. So this one's for you. This one's for you. We're cracking this bad boy open. Oh, I love this smell.
All right, Captain Chaz. Next hunt, that's what we're going to look for. We're going to get Zoda's Revenge.
We found that at Brody's.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Dawn has a bunch of them, too. It's not a very rare title. It's pretty common.
I think, you know what? Going back to the Contra thing, too, I think that's another thing, Will, and you and I kind of think the same, where it's like if we see something in multiple places or if we see something that has multiple copies, it's not as thrilling or exciting.
Yeah, and that's like when we were rolling back to like talking about why I didn't pick up Contra. It's kind of like,
yeah,
we see it. Like Contra's not rare.
No.
And it's not about rarity, but like if I'm going to be spending money at, say, a place like Dawn's, I want to find those rarer titles because I know I can pick up those regular titles pretty much anywhere else when I'm ready to get it.
And that's fair. That's fair. JP, welcome on in, my friend. Everyone
JP the Yawner.
Or Cut Nothing. Cut Nothing thinks you won with the Sega consoles. Oh, Josh, you're welcome with us anytime, buddy. You made it. You made the video. You had lots of good humor in it. Did you catch the part where you I caught you putting your sunglasses on the end. That's why I zoomed in on that. That was friggin' cool.
I thought JP was gonna do last few times we've driven, and then we head back. Jay and I are talking, and then we always look back, and JP's just passed out in the,
he's
the back seat.
I'm out.
Yeah, JP's tired from all the hunting. He's like,
yeah, that's fair. And you had that meatball sandwich or whatever that was from Tim Hortons. So.
Oh yeah, that thing he said. Yeah, what was it called?
Put him like instantly to sleep. What was it called, JP? It's like 7 different kinds of meats or something. Like,
yeah, the meats. We're just gonna call it the meats. Tim Hortons brings you the meats.
He ate it, and Will and I look back, and he's like mouth open, drooling all over himself. Out. Oh, nice. The sunglasses were because the Doom box was so bright. All right, so does Doom win then? Is that what everyone's saying? Fine.
It's not Bubsy, I can tell you that.
No, but there's another certain one that's pretty. Anyway, we'll talk about it in a couple weeks.
Go watch the video.
It. Raj, do me a favor. Put the video on right now. Just put it on repeat. Do me a solid.
Yeah, watch time helps with that stuff too.
Love you, buddy. Raj is telling Rusty to get the hell out of here. All right, we got to move on to this. The beat goes on. Oh,
the
Steve.
Beat goes on.
Steve's taking over.
We have stores called The Beat Goes On here.
We do. Secondhand. I think it's mostly like record or CDs and DVDs.
They do have video games in there, but I don't think it's like extensive enough to go like look. Or video.
I knew a buddy who used to work at The Beat Goes On in White Oaks. And now, not.
Let's move on to better things.
This is by Steve. So occasionally I like to jump into this column and give everyone a sense of where I see this industry going and update you on the state of the magazine from a perspective that I uniquely enjoy. While Big Ed readies himself for the Consumer Electronics Show and a date with Destiny, our main man ties the big knot this month. Hey, Ed!
Ed's getting married.
Ed's getting married. Congratulations to Ed. That kind of means that Will's getting married. Hey, Will, congratulations.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
He's left this page on the mag open for me to fill. It's about 4 a.m, so if I start to ramble or become incoherent, just be patient and rest assured that it will come to an end. Much like Quarterman's section. Since
You're just hope and pray it ends.
Just hold your breath and hope for the best. Since I started this magazine nearly 5 not so long years ago, both myself and the publication have met with a variety of obstacles and challenges on our way towards becoming the premier voice of the video game enthusiast. Whew. Well, it has been a barrel of fun. There are some things that constantly tried to block our ability to bring you the best and most accurate info on new games and game developments before anyone else. While Electronic Gaming Monthly was started with the best intentions, many things, including competitors and game companies, have tried to make our road to success as bumpy as possible. EGM has always managed to bounce back, however, because of the loyal support of our readers like you who help us through the rough times when we were getting started and stuck it out with us when we weren't the mammoth mag that you now hold. That's what she said.
Ba-dum-bum.
We also appreciate the new readers who realize that EGM has the best first. Why else would you read a magazine about video games?
It's fair. It's fair.
All right, Will, you're up.
Another important element integral to EGM's growth has been my incredible partnership and friendship with Jeffrey Eisenberg, the T1000 of advertising salespeople. Jeff, along with his corpse of Terminators, namely Brandon, Chad, and Suzanne, has played an important role in making sure EGM is always better than the other guy. Speaking of the other guy, I'd also like to extend a special thank you to Andy, Pat, and Mike for making me work harder, care more, and generally have a better attitude about being number one. I don't know what I'd do without you.
Oh.
Wow, Steve, so nice. That brings us up to the present and future, I find filled with great excitement. The selection of games and game systems is now destined to grow, giving you even more choices and ultimately better titles to choose from. EGM will continue to expand and change as well. Heading into our 6th year and our 50th issue in September, keep your eyes peeled for our annual upgrade in October, and brace yourself for a look that's totally unlike anything you've seen before. Don't forget about Hero Illustrated Either, the hot new mag from the people that bring you this mag. We're already selling over 250,000 copies every month. That's a lot of copies a month.
That is a lot.
Be sure to check it out and see what all the excitement is about. In closing, let me say thank you for all your continued support of EGM and the idea behind the magazine. While the rest of our peers take their shots, we let the bullets bounce off and concentrate on what's important, giving you the best info, picks, and package you can find. The beat goes on.
Excellent. Good job, Steve. And Billy, thank you for becoming a member once more, my friend. Appreciate that. Welcome.
Let's go, Billy.
Let's go. Cutthroat wants some cake. It's still in the fridge. Although I must say, my friend, I don't think it's good anymore. So, I mean, I can FedEx it to you, but yeah, I don't have the heart to get rid of. There's not much left, I will say. I don't have the heart to get rid of it. But
Raj has a question. I don't know if you saw that.
This one. Jay and Willie. Rusty got me depressed, saying she doesn't like Superman. Please rescue me. You both love Superman, right? Well, I'll let you handle this one because I don't want Matt coming at me.
So you want Matt coming after me?
Better you than me.
I like the idea of Superman. I don't think Superman has been very well portrayed on the screen.
And I will add to that and say that I love Matt. That's the end. Superman to me, Raj, is like He-Man. They're both extremely boring characters because they're invincible. The most interesting part of He-Man for me is everyone but He-Man. And I will say kind of the same. Superman has a little more personality to him. If you put Christopher Reeves in the role, I dig it. But everyone else who's portrayed Superman, I just haven't got into it. There you go. Yeah, he's going to come after us anyways. That's a good point.
Fair. Yeah,
there
no, it's just Superman. Yeah, like you said, he's just invincible. Like everything he does, like he never ever really seems to have an actual perceived threat. At least like this is, I'm basing this off of just the movies because I haven't read, like I don't read comics very often or if ever. Sure. So I can't base it off of that, but like his media presence and stuff like that, like, yeah, I've never been a fan. I'll probably see this new one because this seems a little bit different enough that I'm kind of interested, but.
Prepare yourself. Mortal Monday is arriving, my friends. September 13th, 1993. I used to have this in my room, this picture from this very magazine. Ripped it right out.
That's a good one.
Lesser magazines like Game Players or Video Games and Computer Entertainment just to rip stuff like this out. Or I would buy 2 copies of EGM. You want more Bubsy? All right.
No, why? Average!
There you go. It's like a Batman theme. It's like Batman, Bubsy. What? Nope, gotta add that to the screen. There we go. Yeah, that joke's not funny anymore. Bubsy the Bobcat. Doesn't even shut. I gotta say one thing again to shout out Big Time Gamers. Like, this is just a standard, jewel case. There's nothing super special about the PS1 games, but they replace every single case. This is like a brand new jewel case, so it looks like it was just.
Yeah, it looks nice. They do a good job. They respect the stuff.
It's amazing. Mortal Monday, if you had to pick one fighter on this screen chat, who would you pick? Sonya. Just saying. Oh my God, what is this thing? The SN program pad.
Wait a minute. Can you go back to the Mortal Kombat thing for a second?
Yeah.
Look how they spelled Raiden.
Is that not how you spell it?
No, in the game I'm pretty sure it was with an I in the game, like R-I.
JP, how do you spell Raiden?
Raiden. Is it not?
Well, I don't think that Acclaim would make a mistake, but maybe.
Did they change it later? Like yeah, Ray, see, like average says like that.
Gamer says Raiden. Oh, yeah, it is wrong. Oh, my God. It's like Ray, like your buddy Ray.
Hey, Ray! Yeah, okay, see, I'm not crazy. I just noticed that when we were flipping, and I was like, wait a minute.
It's foreshadowing James Ray Marr taking over in the second movie.
Oh.
Even though that's not how you spell Ramar, but we're moving on. Look at this thing, Will. The SN program pad leaves them.
Yeah.
The SN program pad for Super NES is a force to be reckoned with. Its 30 pre-programmed buttons include a secret code. Including a secret code give you the power to blow your opposition right out of the water. Imagine possessing the only pad that knows 20 special Street Fighter moves. That sounds like cheating.
Those poor sharks just minding their own business, and this dude just coming up and blowing them out of the water. They're just swimming about their life, and here comes a dude with a controller. Bam!
Look at the next panel or the next page too. The shark's just like, my family, right?
Also, can we go back to the other one? Why does his hat say STD? This whole ad is this is awful. I hate it.
Wait,
I'm out.
STD. Go to the next page. That's the game makers.
They had to change their name right away.
Everyone in the U.S., what's 410 area code? Because that's where STD. Oh, it's Maryland, MD, right?
Oh,
Oh,
Maryland?
boy. What's MD? Maryland?
I
Come
don't know.
on,
It says
dude.
Hunt Valley MD, so
Yeah. Raiden.
early console ports and some media like the movies and TV shows spelled Raiden. Oh. Maryland,
Thank you.
yeah.
It's Maryland. Maryland, whatever. Moving on.
Yoshi's Cookie.
Yeah, look at this. I was telling JP this last week. How awesome is that chef suit? And I'm wondering if we're going to see that outfit in Mario Kart World. Because Mario's probably going to have like 40 outfits.
They have a lot of them that you can unlock. There's a lot of really cool stuff in Mario Kart World.
But I only found 2 for Pauline. She probably doesn't have many because she's like probably lower on the tier for popularity. But I got like a lot of those lunch bags, but I only got like 1 extra outfit for her. So
Yeah, I don't know if it's like random all the time. I think there's like secret ones too that you can find around the world. It's pretty neat.
the top down one, JP, is for Super Nintendo.
Man, now I want to get a copy of Yoshi Cookie. Man, I loved Yoshi's Cookie.
I think the Genesis is the side scroller one. I'm pretty sure. Because losing sucks. Look at all these like ASCII-ware, all these cheater controllers, man. Look at all
At
this.
least this one looks cool.
Listen, anyone who had this or that other thing, I'm convinced are the same people that can't build in Fortnite. I'm just saying, because you used cheater controllers back in the day. You use your turbo for this, your turbo for that. I don't know what I'm saying. Mario's missing. That's great.
I don't know what you're saying either. Mario's missing. He can stay missing. Just no.
Jay and Will, do you have a PlayStation Move and Navigator controller for your collection? Are they nice to use? I'll let you answer that one.
I don't have a. Actually, no, I do have a Move still because I think I have the PlayStation VR headset somewhere in a box, and it uses those. So I do have Move controllers somewhere. They work okay. The problem is it requires the tracking of the light on the end there with the camera, and if you're not really like in a well lit area and whatnot, it doesn't really perform well.
Yeah.
It's okay. The Wii still had the best one out of all of them compared to the Kinect and the Move. The Wii was like so simplistic; it was easy to do, just set up and go. The other ones, I'll try to make it too complex.
All right, letters to the editor. Ronman, I don't know, I'm the 1.5. Half. We can never say.
Yeah, I think this was Rodman. Rodma.
Okay, well, I'm
Ranma?
not. I'm interested in the Lynx is Doomed, so I'm going to read that one. This is from Bryant Clausen from Reno, Nevada. The Lynx is doomed. I'm an owner of an Atari Lynx. I bought the system because of its superior graphics and potential. Last month, I asked a salesman at my local store. I don't know why that's funny.
They always either call the developer directly or ask like the salespeople.
But it's like, you remember? Do you remember? I know you're a little tiny bit younger, but do you remember Electronic Boutique in the 90s? They used to wear like suits and ties. Do you remember that when it was Electronics Boutique?
Mm-mm.
So,
No, like I remember Electronics Boutique, but like by then, like by the time I was actually like shopping there with my dad and stuff, like they were like, I don't know, collared shirts, t-shirts, like more casual.
yeah, so you'd walk in there and they would look like experts. Like they knew everything, right? Because they had the suit and tie and all that. Oh, Willie, here you go.
Wow.
I'm here because the Dark Lord Willie commanded it.
Hey, Gum, how you doing, bud? Good to see you.
Welcome to the stream, my friend. Thanks for heeding the call of the will. Anyway, so I asked the salesman at my local store why there hasn't been any new Lynx titles released in months. He told me that Atari has begun phasing out the Lynx. Whether this is true or not, I feel let down. Ever since Atari lost its corner on the market in the early 80s, they've thrown every new system on the ash heap if it doesn't take off right away. They should stick by their systems with software support and advertising. The Game Gear didn't take off right away, but Sega stuck with it, and now Game Gear is a success. Everyone knows that Atari needs some visionaries, and are more than just. Well, I don't know if I should say that. I'm not saying that. Atari's fans and its legacy deserve more than this. Support the Atari Lynx. No. It sucks. Well, Bryant, the word isn't exactly doomed when referring to the Lynx. Although hardware and software sales have slowed to a near crawl, there are new games in the works for this portable machine. The first game is First game is starring the lovable but brainless lemmings. Although one is in the works called Gordo 106. There is also a driving game called Battle Wheels that should be out on store shelves now. See, Bryant, it's not over yet. Jedi. Kartik Gamer, thank you for the sub. All right, well, do you want any on this page, or do you want me to?
None of these seem very interesting. I was looking ahead because I was trying to see. I was like, none of these seem very interesting.
I'll leave the Street Fighter and the other one. Okay.
Yeah, because we've done a lot of Street Fighter lately, right?
Lots of Street Fighter. 4-player GoldenEye Community Day. That's a good idea. The problem with that Wake Up is that it's not online for multiplayer. But Will and I are going to race when he gets back from his vacation. Although it is, Will, I put up Legend of Zelda NES or GoldenEye, and it's tied at 50%. So I just made a call and I said GoldenEye.
That's fair. We've done that before.
Any on this page?
This one's about NHL. I don't know.
So that's it. Okay. Sorry, hockey fans.
There's the letter of the month, Psycho letter of the month.
Okay, yeah, read that because it's bigger font. Go for it.
Hey, let's see. What is this? Seems as though England can be a bit psycho too. This ad is the result of England's changing law stating that churches can now advertise on television. The basic idea behind these advertisements is to ask which is a better source of moral values for children, the church or video games. Other ads include Jesus being zapped on the cross with the tagline, "Does your child believe that when you die you go to heaven, hell, or level 3? What?
Whoa, buddy, what is happening?
What? Another is Sonic the Hedgehog touching fingertips with God with the line, "Who does your child think is the most powerful force in the universe?" Holy moly.
This qualifies 100% for Psycho Letter of the Month.
If you zoom in, I don't know if you can't zoom in probably. If you look at that, this is a snippet of an actual ad from the Church of England, and it says, "Does your child want to grow up to be a carpenter or a plumber?"
Oh my God! Well, I got to tell you something. Mario was a carpenter in Donkey Kong, so eat that, baby.
Take that,
Whoa.
Church of England. One up.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
Yeah, that's all it's got. Now they're just giving away a shirt.
That person gets an in-your-face EGM shirt. Oh my God, that would be like a grail.
We looked that up. We don't see any on eBay or anything like that.
No, I don't think any of the psychos who made these letters are probably gaming anymore. Who knows? Who knows? Josh once sent a letter to Wayne Gretzky and he didn't respond. I'm sorry, dude.
The nerve, Wayne Gretzky not responding. Jeez.
Oh, mom responds. Oh. I am responding. This is from Jean Gray.
Like the Jean Gray?
Jean Gray from Langarang. What's Emmy? Missouri? Memphis. Whatever. This is from Jean Gray, apparently. I'm responding to your request to hear from parents about the violence issue. I am the mother of 4 children, 2 girls aged 4 and 5, 2 boys ages 11 and 12. Your question was whether, as a parent, I feel children are developing violent attitudes due to video gaming. Consider how extraordinarily violent TV and movies are compared to video games. When put into perspective to what else kids are exposed to daily, video games seem pretty lightweight. Hey, way to go, Mom! I like it. In the violence department, I have no sympathy for parents who won't put forth the effort to control their children.
Okay, this is going a different route than I thought.
Yeah. Okay, I take it back. And then cry because their kids are out of control. If a child has a problem with violence, it isn't from video games. All right, she's back in her good graces.
All right.
Parents are the most influential factor in a child's life, and they are the ones who shape a child's personality, values, ethics, and moral reasoning. There is a much deeper problem festering, and blaming video games isn't the solution or the cause. Hail!
Let's go, Jean Grey!
Jean Grey, then she formed X-Mans. X, whatever. Let's hear it for Mom, Ed says. Just like those who agree with Phil Mushnick, this is the only letter we have received from a parent. Come on, kids, show your parents the April issue and see if they agree with Phil or not. Have them drop us a note stating their opinions. We'd love to hear from them. Very cool. Is it Randy's mom? Randy's mom, Raj, is Anne. Her name's Anne. There's some deep cut trivia for you. Do you want to do the not just for food? I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, I was just looking at that one. I was actually looking at the envelopes. I lied, but yeah, I'm looking at that too. Not just for food. Lately, I've been hearing a lot about barcode systems in your magazine. What exactly are these new things? Does the barcode battler? I don't know what that is. Play games or what? I have never even heard about the barcode battler until you printed an article about it in your International Outlook section. Will the barcode battler, stop saying barcode battler, be coming out in North America? It might be worth checking out.
I've never heard of this. Have you?
No. Dave Homenuck, Ontario, Canada.
Whoa, shout out.
So that's a picture of the barcode battler. Is an interesting way to use all those leftover barcodes. It looks like one of those, like, you know, like back in the day, your aunt would come over and she'd have one of those like portable little poker games. That's what those.
Okay, hang on. Yeah, Dan, is this real or is this a joke? This is real. You know this thing? I've never heard of this in my life. Crazy.
I want to find one now.
The barcode battler. There you go. Put it on the list.
Teriyaki broke the news to us about the upcoming barcode battler for the Super Famicom back in the March 1993 issue. While there is no word on whether or not this version will come to the US, there is a portable version that will come to the US from a company called Irwin. While this barcode battler is nothing new to Japan, it's been around for 2 years, Irwin will be releasing a version here. The way it works is really unique. Simply cut out a barcode from your nearly any piece of merchandise and tape it to the supplied cards. Then run the card through the unit to create statistics for a role-playing character. The best part is you don't need need to purchase any new cartridges every time. Keep hunting down barcodes and make a whole army of characters. There is no graphics in the portable version, just an LCD letters and numbers, but it's great fun when two players pit their most powerful characters against each other. It's currently available in major cities at a retail price of $54.99. Huh.
Okay, chat. I need someone to go on eBay for us and look this up. I believe it's real. I can't believe.
Well, they said it is real.
Well, but like if it got released here or not, because I don't know. Maybe I've seen this thing back in the day. I don't know, but it kind of sounds actually like a really cool idea.
It reminds me of what the heck was that one? Monster Rancher. Do you remember that game?
Yes.
So you use CDs and you put it in there, and each CD would make a unique monster when you it read it. That's kind of like the idea that reminds me of.
Pinky, no way. Pinky says I had the Barcode Battler, and I'm from Canada. Amazing.
Maybe we have to find one of these.
Yeah, like it doesn't look familiar to me, and it doesn't sound familiar. Matt says I remember the Barcode Battler. There were kids taking it into stores and just scanning barcodes. What? How do I not know? How do we not know about this?
Apparently, there's an Barcode Battler 2 as well.
Pokemon Go copied this. Oh, it's official. You heard it here, folks.
Dun, dun. Yeah, there's a Barcode Battler 2 that you can get as well.
Oh yeah, about 130 US.
Yeah. There's like open box ones. I don't care about like a complete in box one. I'd probably just get an open box one if I did, but like $50.
I can't do a 130 US. I would do maybe like $10, but oh, thanks, Matt. Appreciate it. I'll check that out after. Interesting. Hey, you learn something every day. All you got to do is just live in the past, ladies and gentlemen. Live in the past. Mutron, good day.
Hey, Mutron.
Okay. Are you streaming today? I forgot to ask you that.
Yeah.
Okay. Review crew, Pocky and Rocky. The game of the month. One I never played, really, but I know it's popular. You play this one?
I haven't. I know a lot of my friends really like this game. I've never got around to playing it.
So Steve has been up to the following. Now that he's a hero, the boss man is going to relax a while and hope he doesn't get bit by his new Viper. I don't know. Oh, he got a Dodge Viper. Oh my God, big bucks at EGM. Holy,
jeez, those are like that's the car back in the day. Everybody wanted a Dodge Viper.
The Viper,
like,
yeah.
That's a cool car. I want it.
Gummer,
it's so fast.
Thank you for being here, my friend.
Thanks, Gum. Don't work too hard. Ed, our poor editor, seems to have a bad case of jet lag, or maybe he's just getting nervous about his big day. Playing Street Fighter 2 Tournament Edition and Clay Fighter, the poor guy. Maybe he's just sad from playing Clay Fighter.
That's Street Fighter 2 Turbo, buddy.
I don't know.
Well,
is it Turbo?
Learn. There's no.
It says TE. Edition. I don't know. Championship Edition.
You know what? I'll defend you. I take it back because that might have been the prototype name. Moving on.
It says TE, so it wouldn't be Turbo.
My Street Fighter snobbery.
If it said like TB, I would assumed like Turbo, but it says TE.
Yeah, because that's what Steve's playing too, and he's playing Jurrasic Nothings. Oh, how can you play Street Fighter Turbo and then Clay Fighter?
Turbo Edition? Was it Turbo Edition? I always just call it Street Fighter Turbo. Maybe it is Turbo Edition.
Oh, was the kit reboot of Viper? Oh, boy. All right, Pocky and Rocky got Editor's Choice Gold, which I believe is second highest reward. Steve gives it a 9. Adorable. This is for the Super Nintendo, by the way, from Natsume. Adorable, a true rarity. This awesome duo is the freshest thing to hit the Super NES in a long time. It's great to have characters that can actually defend themselves against attacking shots. The 2-player mode is also a huge plus, especially in the way you could use your partner as a weapon. Great one, Natsume. Or Natsume, however you pronounce it. I used to say Natsume, but there you
go. Ed, Pocky and Rocky is a great game. First of all, the ability to defend yourself from attacking enemies is a great feature that should be used in more games. Surprise. It's like every game has that now.
Whoa. Started here.
The graphics are incredible, to say the least, with great attention to detail. The music has a nice Japanese flair to it, too. Definitely one of the best co-op games. Interesting. It definitely has a Legend of the Mystical Ninja vibe to it, which is kind of like I'm kind of chilling with.
Yeah.
I like that.
Another one, buddy. It's gonna be like the next video is gonna be called WillyLo and the Hunt for Chrono Trigger and Legend of the Mystical Ninja.
The thing is, Chrono Trigger is not rare, right? Like we can find Chrono Trigger. It's just paying for Chrono Trigger.
We need to come up with a plan for you to get that one.
And I say that as somebody who spent $1 bajillion on Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering cards, though. So, we'll get
Hey,
into
man, you do what you got to do. I like the idea, and I think it would be easier just to put little bits away, right? And then
that's fair.
Like, I remember when I was going to, this was a long time ago, like 2002, and I was going to a Toronto convention. And I used to work at Pizza Hut, so I got like tips, right? Because I was a waiter. And I would take all those tips and put them in this Darth Maul cookie jar. And I wouldn't even look. I didn't even know how much was in it. And then when it was time to go, like a week before it was time to go on the Toronto trip, I counted it out. And I was shockingly surprised how much there was. That might be a good idea, even though no one carries cash anymore. Whatever. We're moving on to Super Black Bass from Not B for the Super NES. All you fishing fans, get your rods out. Whoa.
I had to fix my light.
7 from Steve. Rod lovers. Despite a rather repellent title, Super Black Bass is a rather engrossing game. Some skill is required in terms of knowing which lure to select, how far to cast, etc., with the cast presented in flawless Mode 7 scaling. The sounds include the crashing of the waves, is atmospheric as well. I screwed that up. Moving on. Fishing fans should pick this one up.
I'm a sucker for fishing games. I don't know what it is. I like fishing games.
They're relaxing. But I will say, like, there's, unless you're doing like the realism, a ton of games, and you play all those crafting games, right? So a ton of those, you can do that. Like even Minecraft, you can just sit there and chill and fish.
Yeah, it's just something relaxing about it. I play another game. It's a free-to-play game called Palia, and I just like sitting there and just like fishing. Like, see what I get.
It's a cozy game, as everyone calls it, the chill game. No, Mutron, you didn't miss Jungle Strike. Raj is asking, Jay and Will, do either of you have a Neo Geo CD or whatever it's called in your collection? I heard the games were really expensive back in the day.
I don't. I never got into any of the Neo Geo stuff.
I've only seen it twice, Raj. I've seen one at Electronics Boutique in the mid-90s. It was way too expensive. And then Will and I and JP actually saw a Japanese one last October that I passed on because if I'm going to spend that, I'm going to get the North American one. It's always been rare. It's always been expensive, like everything Neo Geo. I think you're up.
As a fan of the original Black Bass, I had high hopes for the sequel, and I don't feel let down. The graphics are very nicely done, and the use of Mode 7 reels you in. The music is a nice touch, and the sound effects make it seem like you're there. Realism is represented well, but it takes practice to catch a good-sized fish. Ba-dum-bum.
There you go. Get your rods away, boys. Tough Enough from Jalico. Oh, boy. This looks like a one-on-one fighter.
There's so many of those that came out after Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. Like, everybody was trying to do a one-on-one fighter.
Nothing's really changed, right? It's whatever the genre that's popular at the time. It makes sense business-wise. Every company wants a piece of that pie, right?
That's true.
I surprisingly got an 8 from Steve. Jalico is getting better and better all the time. Following the surprise hit Brawl Brothers, here's another fighting game more in the vein of Street Fighter 2. The different options, such as fighting a wide variety of opponents or one-on-one against a friend, are welcome. A must-have for fighting fans for all ages. There you go.
I don't think I've ever heard of Tough Enough. Huh. With a slew of fighting games now coming out, Tough Enough ranks pretty high in my book. The moves are nothing really spectacular, but the feel of the game is good. The music is in particular is decent, but the sound effects are seem muffled. It's another good fighting game that must join the growing ranks of this genre. Huh. Yeah.
Interesting. Any wrestling fans? I know a bunch of you out there still are. WWF Royal Rumble by the mighty LJN. 7. I never liked any of these. I think the ones that were in the arcade were kind of fun. But
I remember the arcade one, and I liked that a lot. I played a ton of that with my cousins.
yeah. But the versions we got in the home consoles were not even close to the arcade. So it wasn't until like the THQ 64 games came out.
Yeah, WBCW versus NWO. So good.
Although there's 4 of them, and they're just crazy amazing.
Yep, they're all great.
7. Wrestling games are really not my cup of tea, but I must give credit where credit is due. The graphics, sounds, and play control are very well executed, and the brawls outside of the ring are a riot, especially the ones with the folding chair you can use to bash your opponents. The tag team feature is also a novel idea. Low. 7.
I'm not a big fan of the WWF, but this game may just change that. There are plenty of wrestlers to use, each with their own special attacks. What I really like is the ability to climb out of the ring and bash your opponent with a chair. Didn't they say that up top too?
I mean, it's a key feature. Who doesn't want to hit someone with the steel chair?
I guess. The game is best with 2 players, but the long-term value doesn't seem very high. 7. Bow, 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 bow.
Well, moving on to that one. Well, everybody's here. I want to say, too, there is going to be Community Day. I'm waiting for the Street Fighter characters to drop in Fortnite tonight before I make the thumbnail, but I got a couple special game modes I've planned, so it will be going tomorrow at 10. Davis Cup.
It's Jay's sports games. You might start collecting all these sports games now.
Arnold Palmer is where I draw the line. And Joe Montana. Oh, and I got Tommy Lasorda baseball.
See, now you might as well get Davis Cup.
Davis Cup. 6. Getting the feel and intensity of the real tennis match into a video game isn't an easy task. But Davis Cup does a pretty good job of covering it. The best thing about the game is the shifting perspective, but the control is difficult to master with computer opponents who are awfully good at times. A nice try.
All right, so Davis Cup's tennis doesn't boast the best graphics, but turned up the volume because these sounds are the most realistic I've heard from a tennis game. Interesting.
All the grunts and groans.
There are plenty of game modes for every player's skill level. Master the basics and the game becomes a blast. A good, solid tennis game.
All right, Jungle Strike.
Neutron's just in time.
This is not the cover story, but it's being reviewed for the Sega Genesis by EA. Gets an 8 all around, which is pretty cool. We talked about this when they showed, what was the first one called? I forget. But a bunch of you in the chat were saying you played this. I never got into this one, Will. Did you ever get into the Strike series?
These games generally aren't my cup of tea.
Right.
I don't know. I'm not a big I think, was it 1942, 1944? What was that other one?
1942 and 1943.
Yeah. 3, that's it. Yeah. Those 2 I liked. That's kind of about it. And then I got a bit into that other one on GameCube. Was that Ikaruga? That futuristic one, remember? The bullet hell.
Oh, that one is insane. Yeah.
But those are like the same type of games, but they're not really like my thing.
Yeah. Well, Steve gave it an 8. He says, I really like Desert Strike, so this game surprised me. Why? Anyway, fans of Desert Strike will absolutely love this game. Backed up with 16 megs, Jungle Strike has huge levels, plenty of missions to keep the gamer entertained for hours. In addition to the 3 new attack weapons is a huge plus, and the addition, a great game for the Sega Genesis.
Oh,
8.
The good old Genesis.
Cardboard box too, maybe? No, it's not. Never mind.
No? What are you doing? I don't know what I'm doing. Now, this is a sequel. This is how a sequel should be. Jungle Strike has everything Desert Strike had and more. More targets, more vehicles, and more missions. Speaking of missions, they're huge. The best part is that you're not limited to just a helicopter. The hovercraft, motorcycle, and stealth fighter are perfect additions. Huh. I didn't know there's more vehicles. That seems kind of neat, at least.
I think there's a bit more to this than just like a shooter, right? If I'm not
Why is he
mistaken.
also? Why in the picture is that the White House? Why is he shooting the White House? It looks like the White House. It has the presidential seal there. Why is he shooting the White House?
He's defending it.
But there's from a tree.
Jungle. Why is it there if it's called Jungle Strike? First of all,
Yeah, but there's like a tree. He's shooting at a tree that's in front of the White House. Are the tree like? Are you actually fighting the jungle?
what about Jungle Strike? Why would you bring a helicopter to the jungle? Welcome to the jungle. Guns N' Roses, Motley Crue. What? Okay. Where are we? Ninja Warriors. Mitron says it's real fun. It's real exciting.
First level's in Washington.
Okay. Ninja Warriors. Who remembers this arcade game? It had 2 screens, or I think maybe or 3.
Really? Like in the arcade?
Yeah, in the arcade it did.
Wow.
This one is by Taito for the Sega CD. Ninja Warriors gets a 5 from Steve. What happened to this game? It's a cool concept, but it gets lost with the poor control and lame moves. Slowly showing your mechanical side with more hits is decent, but this looks and plays almost like 8-bit. Shots fired. Jeez. The sound effects are also in need of therapy. The constant wah of slaying opponents is annoying. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm with JT. Steve's a hater today.
He's upset.
But
Ed's been pretty happy this whole issue so far.
Well, he's getting,
Getting married.
Yeah.
What are you gonna say?
It's getting lucky, right? Got a big smile on his face. All right, come on, Will, clean it up. Jesus.
You're the one who said it!
You're up.
The arcade edition of Ninja Warriors was enjoyable in the arcades, and this version is no different. Although the action is a bit Spartan at first, the later levels really keep you going. Also, if you love the music of the arcade, this game has the exact same music. The game is a bit easy, but not enough to discourage players, giving it a big old 8, which is crazy because you look at the other reviews, but Steve get a 5.
Yeah.
I don't know who the other 2 are. I can't remember. Sushi's the bottom one, I think, still, right? But it's like a 4 and a 6.
I think it's Martin still there.
Is it Martin?
Yep. Yeah, Martin and Sushi. Yeah, it's all over the board. Yeah. The remake is great on Switch. Okay. Interesting. Echo the Dolphin for the Sega CD by Sega. Oh, yeah. Never got into this one. And I must say, I've never owned Echo the Dolphin on Genesis. I feel like I should.
The old Genesis.
Because it's like an original, like, black box style. I'm going to have to get that. But I think it's up there for costs. I don't know. I don't know. Being Echo the Dolphin, I'd rather be Bubsy the Bobcat.
This is one of my wife Ashley's favorite games. She loves Echo with the Dolphin.
Well, there you go. It's hard. Like, the game's very, very difficult.
It's very puzzle driven, right?
I think that's it. I'm not a huge Metroidvania guy anymore. And I know that that's kind of what this is. Right? It's you can only see part, like you don't see where you're going kind of thing. Like that kind of stuff I don't like. I don't know. Well,
I've never actually sat down and played Echo, so I don't know. I just know she said it was one of her favorite games.
The development title was called Echo the Nothing, but they changed it at the last second. Raj, Jay, when are we going to see Nighttime Jay again? What are you talking about, dude? Like a nighttime stream?
That's for the top tier subscribers. You get Nighttime Jay.
Yeah. Are you a $4.99er? Well, if you were, you would know the answer to that question, my friend. No, I don't stream much at night, dude.
Jay's early in bed, like 9:30. Jay's sleeping.
Oh yeah, probably before that. But it's like if I have to change a scheduled stream around, I always make up for it. So that's sometimes why it's at night. But there you go. Anyway, this gets pretty good ratings here. 8 from Steve-O. Says Echo is a great game. That much is what? Law? but moving it to the CD hasn't made it much better. That's because the only things new with this version are the music and the sound effects. Other than that, it's identical to the Genesis version. Not much for CD so much for CD technology. Pushed to the edge. A great game, just not very new this time.
Ed gave it a 9. Jesus. That's a big score for Echo. What? Wait. 9, 8, 8. Oh, because of the 6. I was going to say, why didn't it get a seal? But the last one was a 6, so that brought it down.
Thanks, Sushi.
Echo is still one of my favorite carts for the Genesis. Although Echo CD offers nothing new in terms of graphics or levels, the CD music alone gets the game a high score. The sound effects, like when Echo leaps up from the water, do sound more realistic than the cart. It's the same game with a whole new feel. It doesn't really look that much better. You think with like a CD version they could have like made it look prettier?
You could argue, like, I've been talking about it wanting to pick up Tears of the Kingdom on Switch 2, but this is kind of the same thing, right? Where it's just minor differences. I mean, 60 versus 30 frames, I guess, is different. I don't care about that stuff, but I'm going to tell you, at some point, I'm going to get the game. So I guess if you're like an Echo the Dolphin fan, maybe you wouldn't care so much. You're going to buy it anyway. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I guess.
What's up, Bat Stan? Good morning, and good morning to K-Mac. Good to
Morning,
see
friends.
you. The Turbo Duo is still kicking around, Will.
That poor thing. When is it going to be put out of its misery?
It will not go away.
It's being fueled by Cut Nothings.
Cut Nothings is doing this, but we have Working Designs creating a game for it instead of poor Hudson having to take the whole load. Whoa. This is Exile, Wicked Phenomenon. Okay, it got a 7. As a fan of the original Exile, this game was not going to disappoint. It sure didn't. However, it was just more of the same, almost exactly like the first one. The cinemas and voices were very well done. The problem is the game became too tiresome too quickly. This is a great disc for someone just buying a Duo. No.
What's this? A Duo game without poorly acted voices? Anyway, Wicked Phenomenon is another great blend of action and role-playing. The action scenes are weak at first, but enemies keep coming. The music is fabulous and really sets the mood. If you're looking for something new, this is a must-see.
The graphics was good in this one.
They got good graphics.
Moving on, and yet we have another. Oh, here we go. Turbo Technologies Incorporated.
Sherlock Holmes.
They got one game that they didn't have to develop, but now they're back with Sherlock Holmes Volume 2. Whoopity-doo! 6 from Steve. I really hate these type of games. They bore me to tears, and once you finish them, there is hardly any reason to play it again. Sherlock Holmes Volume 2 is like that. Don't expect anything high-powered here. It isn't a fast action game. If you like these mysteries and are a fan of the big S, this game is sure to please. Otherwise, beware. Okay, chat, let me ask you guys this. We talk about superheroes a lot, fictional characters all the time. Not once have I ever heard anyone say my favorite fictional character is Sherlock Holmes. He's fictional, right? Pretty sure he's fake. You know what I'm saying, though? Like, Will, has anyone ever said my thing, like Indiana Jones, James Bond, whatever? No one has ever said Sherlock Holmes is my favorite.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, now I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I don't really remember anybody. I can't even think of like a Sherlock Holmes until one of the recent like movies that I enjoyed with Robert Downey Jr.
Right.
But before that,
Jack the Nothings or whatever.
I believe so. Yeah.
He's got a magnifying glass. Ooh, so what?
He's got a pipe.
Yeah, well, there you go. Mutron says I like Holmes, but it's not my favorite. Not a favorite.
He's not actiony, right? It's more like murder mystery type stuff.
That's what Matt said. Most people who love Sherlock Holmes don't talk about it because they're too busy reading other mystery novels.
Fair. Yeah, no, that's fair.
They're not playing the vidges. That's fair. Did you go? I don't think so.
I tried not to. Although these games are nothing new, the Sherlock series never failed to interest me.
What?
The mysteries, that's what he said, never failed to interest me. The mysteries were always a challenge, and these new 3 games are no exception. The voices are done very well, and there's plenty of people to interact with. Once you finish the cases, however, there's not much else to do. Okay, so you finish the cases, i.e. you finish the story, there's not much else to do. Okay, but you finish the game. What are you expecting?
Yeah, it's kind of a one and done, which is a real bad flaw that the full motion video games had. You know, unless they had multiple endings, you know, which I don't know many that did back then. It's kind of like you play through it and that's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But that's my expectation of a game like this. Would be going into it and being like, yeah, well, I guess, I finished the story. We're done. Like, moving on.
Oh my God, we got an NES game. Bases Loaded 4 for the NES by Jalico. We're still going. I think NES is still going to 94, so we still got some time. This one gets a 5. Okay. The game has great voices with strike. In other words, perfectly intelligible. Wow. A breakthrough for the NES. But Bases Loaded 4 is just plain boring. The graphics are solid and don't break up. What? Playing against the computer is frustrating. It's awfully good, which doesn't make for a fair challenge or a good game. I don't even know what that was, but you heard it. That's what it said.
Yeah, no, you weren't wrong.
Sorry, Steve. I don't know what you're saying there, buddy, but you gave it a 5.
Steve's going off the rails. He's losing it.
There you go. Moving on.
Bases Loaded 4 isn't a terrible game. It's got some of the best voices heard on the NES in a while. The multiple field perspectives are also nice to look at. However, the gameplay is choppy and it can be difficult to even hit the ball. The game has detailed stats and such, but it's not the most action-packed title around. To be fair, baseball's pretty boring in general, so...
Whoa. Will.
If you're looking for an action-packed sport, you're not going to baseball.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Congrats to John McClane for winning the 80s Cop poll at 50%. What a shock. Die Hard. I shouldn't have put him on there. He cleaned house. World Heroes 2 by Alpha for the Neo Geo. I thought SNK made World Heroes. I guess I was wrong. There you go.
These type of fighting games I've always loved, like the crazy, like absurd characters. Like that's the stuff. You want to throw in like a fighting game? Give me like some craziness.
Yeah, World Heroes has all the weapons and stuff. Like yeah, I agree. This one's good. Rusty agrees with you. Josh agrees with Matt. I agree with Will. Will agrees with me. Perfect. 8. Neo continues to astound. This is a great fighting game with enough fighters to keep one's interest. My favorite is the Witch Doctor, Mudman. The deathmatch mode is very innovative. The game will occupy 2 players for days with just its action. Some characters are hard to control, but at least you have a choice. 8.
Wow. The first World Heroes was a good game, but this one makes it pale by comparison. 14 characters to play as really keeps the interest level high for a long time. The music is very well done and the voices are built to decipher. I don't know what that means. The voices are built to decipher?
Difficult to decipher.
Oh, sorry.
Readings.
Yeah, music them, but the voices are difficult to decipher. Okay, there we go. Yep.
They all sound the same. There you go. What up, Curb Stomp?
Lots of combo moves to master and hilarious characters add up to a great time. It sounds pretty fun.
It's good. It's on the second time we're at Big Time. Oh, no, the first time we're at Big Time Gamers, we recorded it. Yeah, remember there's that Neo Geo collection on PS2 that had that on there. Raj says, Jay, you stream almost every day and work on your videos and do research for your special videos and go video game hunting sometimes and still have time for your family and go to bed at 9 p.m. Yeah. It's just like a regular day. The thing is, Raj, is I'm old, right? So there's that. And on top of it, my dogs get up at like 4:30. So two Jack Russells that get up at 4:30, you're not going back to sleep. Trust me on that one. That's really the reason why. But there you go. Did you? Yeah, you read that. Star Trek: The Next Generation for Game Boy. This one's coming to Matt Tracker Rubin stocking this Christmas by Absolute Entertainment for the Game Boy.
Merry Christmas.
I mean, I would rather play with Will's underwear. Whoa.
Guaranteed a good time.
Matt says, no, the F it's not. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how good you are. Then. Actually, the worse you are, Matt, the more you're going to get Star Trek Next Generation.
Yeah. You better be on your best behavior, Matt, or we're going to go out on a hunt. We're secretly going to get a copy, and it's going to be sent to you. Jay has your address. I already know this.
True story. 6. This is a game that screams for a bigger platform, like 16-bit. This is a very involving simulator covering almost every crew member from the show. But sadly, the effects like warping and dogfights just can't be effectively done on this system. Fans of the show may disagree, but this game is too big for the Game Boy.
Make it so. Star Trek is an enjoyable game from beginning to end. Every aspect of ship control is under your command. The detailed views of the Enterprise look good enough even on the Game Boy. Interacting with the crew is great too. The only complaint is that the screen blurs too much at high warp speeds. Engage.
We're having a mod fight in the chat. Wrench fight. Okay, moving on. Oh my god, they don't end today. 50,000 reviews. Well, we're gonna have to, after the reviews, we're gonna have to skip ahead here. Will's streaming in a bit.
Oh, we can go a little bit longer. It's fine.
What time do you have till? I should have asked you this before we started.
Usually I start at 12, but we can start around like 1-ish. We can keep going. Keep going. It's okay.
Oh, okay. Well, that changes things then. Battletoads, Ragnarok's World for the Game Boy by Tradewest. Hey, look at this. Tradewest published it, but Rare did this, so whatever. 8. Yes, I love Battletoads, and this is the best portable version so far. This is identical to the 8-bit, smashed down to every detail. The story is different and has been altered to accommodate one player. You play as Rash. But the 2-player mode is the only thing that is missing. A bit slow, but still packs a punch. Move on this. I'll move to this. I can't read.
Poor guy. Ragnarok's World. Huh.
Battle nothing. Again, here's another series that I just everyone loves Battletoads, and I'm just kind of. I mean, I'm gonna like Turtles. Like, if you're gonna like a group like this, like the best one. You know what I mean?
Turtles is better, 100%.
Yeah, like sewer sharks and all, or whatever they were called, street sharks and all
Street
that
Sharks, yeah.
nonsense.
Sewer Shark is that awful game.
Come on, man. Hey, sewer sharks, great.
No, it isn't.
It's a very nice game.
They're bringing back Sharks. I saw
Street sharks.
Street Sharks. Street Sharks are coming back. It's Jossum. That was
cool
their catchphrase.
Cool spot for the 7-Up.
I still say we need to find copies of that, and then we can maybe we'll go over one of each other's houses and play it.
JP got one for the 7-Up.
Yeah, I know he did. We didn't get one though. We saw that Yo Noid one, but it was like $180, and we're like,
Yo nothings. It plays good though. I've played it before. I remember I rented it back in the day. Yeah, you're up.
The Toads are back. This new adventure is a blast to play. All those famous punches and kicks really add humor to a side-scrolling game. The music isn't too shabby either. Although the concept is really nothing new, playing Battletoads is a fun game while on the go. The speed of the game is incredible. 8.
But Steve just said the game slows down.
I don't know. I told you, Ed's on a high right now. Just everything is 7 and 8s with him today.
Well, he's getting married, you know. He's having a good time.
Somebody.
Streets of Rage 2 for the Game Gear. All 8s. Of course, this is by Sega. And I don't know if they ever did this, but I would really be open for, you know how like the Switch has, you know, Genesis, Super Nintendo. Like if they did a Game Gear one, I'd be totally up for that. Or if they did like a Game Gear collection. Does anybody know if they ever did that? Like even just the Sega games that were on the Game Gear. That would be cool, but I don't want to sit there and play it on a portable.
I honestly don't remember. It doesn't seem like it jostles any memories of like a collection they made.
Game Gear collection, yeah, I don't recall.
That's one system that like it's not very like collectible and nobody seems to care about is the Game Gear. I feel so bad for it.
Do you know what? Now I agree with you on that. And now that you mention it, when's the last time we saw Atari Lynx games?
Yeah. Think
about that.
The N-Gage is more sought after than the Game Gear.
Well, come on. Come on. It's because they sold 2 copies of Elder Scrolls, and Dawn has one of them. So it's like $500 because they only ever sold 2 of them. This will change your perception on fighting games made for portable systems. Streets of Rage 2 has everything. Great sound, easily executed moves, all the while staying fairly close to the 16-bit version. The absence of Max is unfortunate, but the brawling skills of Axel, Sammy, and Blaze make up for it with a bang. 8. That's a pretty bad screenshot, I gotta say.
Yeah, I'm trying to decipher what's in there. It looks awful.
I think it's Blaze.
Is he kicking?
Like, dude, like, not to skip ahead, but look at the Surf Ninja screenshot. Like, what is it?
Well, we've talked about this before. All they probably did was take a picture of the portable screens, right? And then just, like, kind of blow it up.
Yeah.
Because, like, what else would you do back then? Like, you couldn't, like, hook it up to a PC and, like, print, like, you know, copy it. Like you could do nowadays.
There's that video that we were going to... I don't do like the React stuff anymore, but there was a video early on when we were reading these that I remember I was going to bring up. You can find it on YouTube, guys. It's of Ed. Ed and Martin go to Japan to a Japanese game convention, and you actually see them how they take photos. They take like cardboard on the side and on the top, and they cover the TV, and then they like shoot through the tube. It's like really cool how they used to do it.
Huh.
So
yeah, that's crazy.
I don't know how they do it for the portables, but yeah.
It would have to be, I would assume it's the same kind of premise, right? Like, weird. Back in the day, weird time. We take so much for granted nowadays, how we can easily just, like, open things up and record.
Yeah, and I should say, like, Streets of Rage and Surf Ninjas, I'm not really commenting on the quality of the photo. It's more of the photo they chose to publish because it doesn't really show anything, is what I mean.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like Surf Ninjas, like I don't even know what that is, what we're looking at besides the green. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. There's something on the right side, but it's just a blob.
That's what I mean. Yeah. Like just have the character stand still. There doesn't need to be an action shot, but whatever. Yeah, Mutron. Soundtrack. I agree.
Did I read the Streets of Rage one? I don't think I did.
No.
Terrific. Everything about Streets of Rage 2 spells fun. The characters may appear a bit too small, but they seem like nothing once... But that seems like nothing. Yeah, okay. Once you see how well the game plays. The music is some of the best I've heard on the Game Gear in a while. If you're looking for a great portable action game, Streets of Rage 2 is it. 8.
Now to everyone's favorite, Surf Ninjas. Who remembers Three Ninjas? That has nothing to do with Surf Ninjas. Moving on.
Rocky loves Emily.
This is Sega. And this gets an 8. Sega probably didn't do any... Whoa. Take 2. Sega probably didn't do this game any favors with its very misleading title. I still don't know exactly what it means because it's a very good fighting game. And I like to see it go 16-bit. The levels are absolutely huge and provide many challenges and dangers. The bosses are radical. This deserves a close look.
Does it?
Nah.
The closer I look, the blurrier it gets, so I don't even know if that deserves it.
Exactly. Kaiju Kitty, what is up? Welcome to the stream.
Well, not exactly the best out there. Surf Ninjas does have some serious arcade action. The level backgrounds are nicely done with plenty of enemies to strike at. There are loads of hidden items to locate too. Since it's based on an upcoming movie, that should really stimulate sales. Surf Ninjas is worth a look. There's a movie, Surf Ninjas? I've never heard of this.
No, neither have I. I'm thinking of Three Ninjas, like Kickback or whatever.
Yeah, there's Three Ninjas and Three Ninjas Kickback. Oh, I do remember this movie now I see it. Oh, it has Leslie Nielsen in it, Rob Schneider. I have seen this.
Oh, no. Okay.
It wasn't great, but I have seen this movie now that I look at it. This was like one of those memories that was just long forgotten.
Kind of like Tango and Cash.
Yeah, but I've never seen that.
You ain't missing much.
Oh, good.
R.I.P. Tango and Cash. Play like a champion, Jimmy Connors from Goodfellas. I told that joke last time, and it wasn't funny. It wasn't funny then, and it's not funny now. Oh no, we're on 51. Look at that first one, dude.
You want me to take it?
Yeah. Oh my god, good luck.
Gaming gossip by the one and only Quarterman. You guys know how off the rails this goes. Oh, get ready. Oh, I gotta get a big stretch for this one. You gonna do the Mutron thing there?
We'll shout out Mutron, 14-month, dude. Really? It's been that long. I mean this. It seems like you've always been here, and it seems like you always will be. Much love, dude. Thank you for the 14 months. Mutron says, thanks for the last 14 months, legends. You guys rock and roll sign from Gene Simmons. Thank you.
I want to rock.
That's Twisted Sister. All right, go ahead.
I don't know. It just sounded like it was fitting. I don't know. I want to read the title here. Have we ever read the title?
Go.
Super NES gets SF2 Champ Edition first. Sega SF2 hit delay. Street Fighter 2 movie in 1994. New Akira and Godzilla to be movies and games. Super Mega Man gets new name. Comics go digital. Quarterman is so crazy.
More thoughts poured out on paper.
Pull out up the cream corn, yuckos?
Whoa.
The one and only conductor of video game gossip is back again with a new and improved formula to guarantee to improve basting times. That's what it says. Yeah. Basting times? Yeah, okay. And strengthen your crispening sleeve.
What the heck?
The Q-Man's been playing busy boy this month, my loyal Q friends, with trips to both coasts and a new column. What can you say about success? Let's tear in, kiddies. Remember to fly American, the official airline of the Guru. Yours truly has pulled out all the stops and dodged my way behind a few dozing guards to get the inside skivvy on those new Street Fighter 2 games that those wacky gazillionaires at Capcom have just keep tossing out at us. There was no periods or anything in between there. That was... Oh my God. I was just trying to get through it.
Sorry, go. You lose the flow. Go. Keep going.
No, I'm not being negative. I just like getting the inside scoop on every boy and girl's favorite video game, Street Fighter 2. First and foremost, Capcom is rumored to have planned their release of the Sega version of the Championship Edition after the Super Nintendo Turbo upgrade from the Super NES all along.
Holy cow.
They let Sega bask in the limelight for the first few weeks when they originally announced their jump to the Genesis platform, knowing all along that a Turbo title would be offered to Nintendo owners first. Nice move, Capcom. At least you saved some of us from buying the same game 3 times in a row. Other Street Fighter 2 updates on the way to Gossip Central concern the Turbo Kart due in late July. Capcom is going to be packing 2 modes of play into the same kart, including the standard Championship Edition, as well as the Turbo Edition. Additional moves will also be secretly placed into this new Super NES Cork with a monstrous memory-sized eclipsing 16 megs not out of the question.
Stay on target.
Meanwhile, Sega gets a second dose of bad news. Not only will owners of the Genesis 16-bit be served with only the Champ Edition in a game officially being called Street Fighter 2 Special Champion Edition, but the cart won't hit the streets until September. While more moves and possible 16 meg plus formats are possibilities, only those games flying solo will want the inferior rev of this game, since the Big N is beating them to the punch. I thought you could have been a contender.
Whoa, I'm tired.
I did it!
Good job, Will. Let's hear it for Will, everyone. That's not easy to do. And for those of you who are reading along, again, retromegs.com, shout out. This is Quarterman has a way with words. It's not always easy or ever easy. But there you go. Good morning, Mo. Mo says, hot take, Soul Calibur is better than Street Fighter 2. Thanks for stopping by, Mo. We'll see you later, buddy. Get this guy out of here.
It's, I love Soul Calibur 2.
Better than Street Fighter?
That's all I'm saying.
Better than Street Fighter? Not close. Not even close.
I don't know, maybe.
Okay, now I gotta do this. I can feel the 6-pack forming just from reading this. Here we go.
You got this.
In somewhat unrelated info on Street Fighter 2, Capcom of Japan will be, financing a Street Fighter 2 movie for release in the US during the fall of 1994. The Q-Wit couldn't get a hard numbers on, I'm losing it, on the puppy is being budgeted at, but considering they've made over $1 billion on the game, there should be some strong muscle behind the movie.
Yep, you got this. Stay on target.
Taking on a Wizard is the stupidest idea of all time with 250,000 copies of Hero, the new comic mag. I looked at it too long, man. I looked at it too long. Hang on.
Yeah, you can't stare at the sun too long, then you just start going blind, man.
The new comics mag by the people who brought you EGM sold the first day. I've had to say that the editor is the stupidest list writer of all time. While you're talking about flicks, look to the Hidden 2 to go into production this year, along with a big budget trans of Japanese cult classics like Godzilla and Akira. Yep, live action. Nope, that didn't happen. Anyway, expect games based on the best Tokyo has to offer next year. Video games are pulling down some big shot titles based on the best that the comics have to offer. THQ snagged the Ultraverse line from Malibu Comics a couple of months ago and looked to be aiming at Jim Lee's Wildcats.
Almost there.
Also, don't be surprised if you find a cart based on the new Dark Knight once Bruce Wayne gets his spine snapped in Batman 500.
Is it the Bane snapping?
Do you know how much that comic book is worth?
No.
Like $5. I remember I bought that and I'm like, oh, I'm going to be able to retire off this one. Wrong.
I feel like there's a point, like, especially nowadays, it always makes you wonder. We're going off on a little tangent about collecting now.
Do it.
Stuff nowadays, like, because of the overproduction compared to what they used to be, I'm curious what actual things will be really rare in like 10, 20 years from like this generation of gaming. I feel like not a lot, right?
I mean,
because like how many millions of games are always produced? And then like you got to take into account like the digital stuff now, right?
Yeah, okay, so I will say off the top of my head, I know one thing that you have that I know is worth a lot of money is the Resident Evil 3 Collector's Edition for PS4 because that was extremely low printed because of the pandemic. There wasn't a lot of those around. I know stuff like, so it's always like short printed stuff will always be worth money regardless if people bought it or not. Do you know what I mean? Just because there's just less copies of it. So stuff like that will be worth money. But these collector's editions of things, that's a good question. Chat, what do you think?
Like I ordered the Monolith figure coming in for Expedition 33. And that's like a limited thing. They only crowdfunded it for a certain period and they're like, okay, it's cut off, like no more orders. We're going to be shipping them out next year after they produce them. So I'm like, that stuff probably going to be pretty rare. But like the average game, you know, I don't know. It's
tough to say as we go into this new console generation kicked off by the Switch. I really don't know, dude. Like, do you count limited run stuff? Like, let's just say,
but like limited run isn't regarded as official, right?
Sure, it is. They have to buy licenses, of course. So I was just going to ask you if you were, let's just say, we were collecting the PS4 library. Okay, would you count the limited run games as part of that? So, like the Night Trap I have for PS4, would that count?
If we did something like, say, like if we did like a PS4 quest, which is like a Hyperbowl thing, right?
Sure.
I wouldn't include the limited run stuff for that.
You wouldn't count the limited run. Okay.
For something as a list of like an official entire collection of PS4 titles. I don't think I would count the limited run stuff.
Okay. Yeah, wake up. Yeah. Your comment just above, my 401k is fully invested from Beanie Babies. That was my thought when McFarlane launched Image. And I've talked about this too. My buddy and I used to collect books a lot. We bought Shadowhawk 1, Savage Dragon 1, Spawn 1. We bought multiple copies of these. Jim Lee's X-Men with the multiple covers. We bought all of these, all those ones that came in baggies because we thought, you know, well, in 20 years, these are going to be worth a lot. But you're absolutely correct. This stuff was so mass produced that it's worth zero now, pretty much. You know?
Yeah. So that's the same thing I'm wondering. Because, like, we obviously, you guys know, like, through the videos and stuff, we love collecting stuff. Jay and I, like, we get a lot of retro games and stuff. But, like, I don't think I'm going to collect past maybe the PlayStation 2 and original Xbox GameCube. Because I feel like after that, it gets to a point where, like, I can get some of these things digitally and they're still very regular and, like, up to date. Like, I can kind of get them in other means that are not as expensive. And, like, none of it seems, like, really, I don't know, sought after almost.
Yeah, you know what's really not sought after is that Resident Evil 3. You might as well trade it to me. I mean, I'll take it off your hands. You can save some space for some more retro stuff.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I can take that right off your hands, buddy. Like, give you like 20.
Yeah, like, what, $20? Yeah, that sounds like a deal.
Well, let's do it. All right. You heard it here, chat. It's done. Done deal. In all seriousness, I don't really think you're gonna know. I think it's like a shot in the dark. Like, remember back in the day? Remember the GameCube chainsaw controller?
Yep, that thing is worth a lot of money now.
A fortune, and we scoffed at it. We laughed at it. Like, who wants this stupid thing?
Now it's what did we see one at? Was it Retro Bros? We saw one at. I think it was like $300-$400.
Yeah, it's up there. It's up there for sure. Let's hit this last one. Look for a 16-bit version of Mega Man. Yeah, I know why they take them so long. To hit near Christmas with a 12 meg package that's being retitled Mega Man X. It's a whole new look and feel with a setting flung far into the future. No word on whether the new Mega Man is related to sushi, but I'll keep you posted. Don't worry about the big boss man ripping your multi-cover idea, Butch. I don't know what that means. Asking people to buy 4 versions of the same mag just isn't right. Talk about evil gaming magazines. Look for Capcom to release Aladdin in a 10 meg configuration that fills the twinkle. Oh, sorry, it's a new sentence. Sorry. That fills the twinkle for this month, my quarter pals. Please tune in for next month and pardon the new column in Hero. I know I went too far, but without Steve Harris around, it would just be too easy. That was rough.
That was tough. He has a whole new section in here too.
Well, we're gonna never do it. WWF Royal Rumble. Ooh, let's go to page 55. We're gonna skim through here. We're gonna skim through the rest of the mag, guys. Of course, we'll take a look at the cover story, and if there's anything you guys see, just shout it out in the chat, and we'll stop and talk. Like the first unveiling of the 3DO. Right here. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Trip Hawkins left EA, a company that he started, and he went on his own, and he constructed this thing. This was supposed to be the centerpiece, much like a PlayStation 5 and Xbox is today. This was supposed to be the centerpiece in your living room, Will. The 3DO.
They tried to do the what the PS2 did, essentially, right?
Yeah, this will do anything. It'll play your, remember photo discs? Remember you would go and get photos on a CD? No, neither do I. But the 3DO did that for you.
I don't think I've ever done that.
It played some movies, some raunchy, but still pretty cool adult-themed softcore movies that Will collects exclusively. Plays those. And
why are you telling people that? Tell my secrets.
3D interactive games as well. The 3DO did everything, including
interactive movies. Look at that. You can play out your live excitement of your favorite home movies, and they're playing Jaws. I don't know how you're interacting with that, but there you go.
Well, you're pausing it and you're starting it again.
Oh, okay. So that's peak interaction back in the day. It was 1993.
Yeah.
Stop and play. Big whoop.
Hot titles coming from third-party developers. We got Demolition Man from Virgin Interactive. First-person perspective racing is now possible on the 3DO. I mean, this was a big deal, but we're going to get there. But this is our first look at this major system. Sega to roll out new products. So we got the Genesis Mark II and the Sega CD2. STD debuts a new line of controllers.
I got that Sega CD too. I just don't know if I have any like power cables, because you need a separate power cable for that and the Genesis, and then if you had the 32X, you also had to have a power cable for that too, right?
Which made every household's parents extremely happy, because then you needed a power bar, and it looked like, you know, when the old man tries to plug in the Christmas tree in A Christmas Story, and he has like 5,000 things plugged into one outlet. It looks like that. Raj Killer Instinct was 95. Yeah, there you go, gamer. Yeah, in the arcades, and it came out to Super. Was it Super first? Yeah.
Killer Instinct's great. Yeah. If you guys haven't played the latest release of Killer Instinct, it was fantastic.
And I have that. I got that free from work. It's still
It's good.
sealed.
It's a good
Still
game.
good.
I'd keep it sealed. You can get
Yeah.
it on Game Pass and just download it now. I'd just keep that sealed. But
Cadillacs and Dinosaurs for the arcade. Shout out to Jacques. I know this is one of his favorite series. I had no idea there was an arcade game. So that's
I
pretty
didn't
cool.
either. I remember liking the show back in the day because it was cars and dinosaurs.
Who
Who
makes
wouldn't
it?
like that?
Reminds me of Final Fight, right? But overall 7, who makes it?
American
Cadillacs
Amusement.
and Dinosaurs. Whoa.
Capcom? Wow.
Whoa.
I was just looking at the bottom here. It says American Amusement Machine Association. I don't even know what the hell that is.
Oh, it's like the arcade, like because you can't really call an arcade a system. So this is like kind of how you know you're in the arcade section. That's the way I've always
Gotcha.
looked at it. But
Oh, okay.
yeah,
That's a Capcom game. Interesting. Have they ever re-released this on anything?
I don't even think I knew this existed until right now. I remember Cadillacs and Dinosaurs on Sega CD. That's about it. Excuse me. I don't even like. Jacques was telling me it's a show. This was like a few years ago. I had no idea it was a show either. I thought it was an original thing on the Sega CD, but it was a show, I guess.
It was a show. Yeah, it was a cartoon. Yep. It was pretty fun. I think they only had like one season, maybe. But
Oh my, look at this ad. Jeepers.
yeah, I was looking at this. I'm like, what? 3 summers ago, it was Zitz. 2 summers ago, it was working at Bun in Run. Last summer, it was the Kleinfelter twins. What? And then the game is Summer Challenge. It's a sports event game. So what does even that make sense?
Well, sex sells, but the sex in this has nothing to do with the game at all. It's not even like a sexy style racing game or anything like that. It's just like Summer Challenge. It's some guy pole vaulting. Ugh. Jay, I remember you told us about the photo CDs when I had the meltdown when we saw the 3DO was ranked worse than the Batman consoles. Oh, I remember that. That was that bootleg video we watched on I can't remember. Watch Mojo, I think. Yeah. Yeah, those bootleg consoles, that was hilarious. I guess Jurassic Park on Genesis, an ad for it. I know you like the Jurassic Park, Will. I know that's you enjoy
the movies.
Yeah,
I do enjoy the movies. I haven't watched. I think I watched one of the newer trilogy ones that came out, but I don't think I've seen the other ones. I heard the newer ones aren't great.
oh,
But the original Jurassic World, I think they call it, right?
the reboots, or they're not reboots, but they're like
No.
what's his name? Space guy, Star Killer.
Chris Pratt.
Yeah, him. Star Lord.
Yeah.
I forgot. Game Doctor, we always skip. Sorry, Game Doctor. Oh my God.
Shut it down.
Claw your way to the top with Electronic Gaming Monthly and Accolades Bubsy Contest.
Look at that exclamation mark shirt.
Look,
So cheap.
They're so embarrassed to be wearing it. All of them. Look at the Bubsy cup.
I out of all those, I would prefer the cup. Those shirts look awful in that hat. It's just an exclamation mark. It's awful. Why?
No way. I want the exclamation shirt. I want it.
I couldn't resist.
Sorry, I had to play just a little bit more Bubsy for everybody there. Just a little bit more. If you guys are looking for Christmas gifts for dear old Jay, the Blubsy explanation sweatshirt would be a great thing. I'd even wear that baseball hat, even though I don't wear baseball hats. I just want to look at this. I like it. I like it. All right, we're moving on. Freaking awesome.
Is it?
Rondo, that's okay. Welcome on in, buddy. How you doing? Game of the year from who? Global Gladiators. Oh, wait, here you go. Way to go, Virgin. Global Gladiators is the best platform action I've played since Sonic. The game is a masterpiece. Die Hard Game Magazine.
Never heard of them. Game Informer, though, dazzling a score of 10 is deserved for the best. This is it. I didn't know Game Informer was around that long.
Yeah, right? International Outlook. You be quiet, cut nothings. Blubs for the victory. Game of the year, 1990 something.
Shining Force, that's one of those games I want to try on the Genesis.
Nose for nothings. I love saying nothings. It's just fun. It's just a good time all around.
Nosferatu? This Nosferatu game looks alright.
Probably
bad.
Jacques, you heard. Your ears must have been ringing or whatever that saying is. Yeah, we're talking about the Cadillacs and Dinosaur arcade game. And I didn't know that was a thing, dude. And Capcom makes it, so now I really want to play it. Because it'll be pretty hot. Pretty hot title.
There's that Turbo Duo.
There's the Turbo Duo and Batman Returns. He came back from the Bat Cave. We're skipping the tricks of the trade. Sorry, guys. Just feel free to watch the replay if you want to know any of the tricks for Cybernator or Echo the Dolphin.
Fatal Fury 2. Brawl Brothers. Super Strike Eagle.
There's a lot of tricks this day. Football Fury.
A lot of ads, too.
Lots. Next wave, the Super Mario Collection. Well.
So that would be All-Stars is what it probably got relabeled as, right?
Yeah. This is cool. I remember when this came out, and you got to think like Super Mario Brothers, even the first Super Mario was 85. So this wasn't even 10 years and we were getting a collection. I remember seeing this on Super Nintendo with the new 16-bit graphics for the first 3 games and just being like, okay, this is the best thing ever. This is a remake. Like back then, Nintendo was doing this.
I still argue, I think this is the best way to play a lot of those old G games is the All-Stars edition. I don't know. I think like with the redone up and everything, I really like the Mario All-Stars collection.
I agree to a certain point. I think there should be a button like what Bungie did with Halo where you can hit the OG graphics and it goes back.
That'd be kind of cool.
Right? But yeah, it is the way to do it. And they added new, like you see that top right picture, we see Bowser's portrait there. That wasn't in the original. Just cool things like that. But yeah, I love it that Mario was such a classic even back then that they could, I don't want to say get away with, but they could remake it and repackage it and sell it to us again. And we all ate it up.
Yep.
Who out there got the, I don't want to call it All-Stars 2, but it's the one with like Sunshine and Galaxy on it for the Switch. Did anybody get that one? Like that's a great collection too. I think it's 64.
Oh, yeah. Hold on.
It's 64, Sunshine, and Mario Galaxy 1. It's like Mario All-Stars, the second version or whatever. But that's another, like, that's an amazing collection. And I think it was also limited. 3D All-Stars. Thank you, JT. Yeah, that was a limited edition. I mean, there's tens of thousands of them, but it was limited. Yeah, 3D All-Stars. That was a really great collection, too. Very fun. Sunshine. Right? There it is. Let's make Will big here.
Mario 64, Sunshine, and Mario Galaxy. All on one cart.
Yeah, that one's over $100 in Canada now. Like if you
this is actually because they only released so many, right? And then they're like, okay, we're done.
That was like Mario. The Mario All-Stars they released on the Wii too was the same deal, where it was only available for December. That was like Mario's 25th anniversary or something like that.
Yep.
How limited is limited edition? Well, I mean, there's a lot of them out there, but the idea is they stop production for it within a certain time frame. Nintendo's done that a lot of the times.
Do you remember that the Wii one that came out and it had the Wii Red controller with it in the bundle box? You don't remember that?
No.
Yeah, it had like the Mario emblem on it and stuff like that. Yeah, it came with that. It was like the Wii Red Mario controller.
Oh, okay. Okay. Dune 2. There you go. For Genesis. Did Dawn have Switch games? Yeah, I got the Friday the 13th. But that
Dawn pretty much has everything Except for he doesn't get a lot of the newer stuff because, like, nowadays, what did he tell us? Is that there's so many stores that carry the latest titles that it's not really worth it for him to keep the shelf space.
Yeah, and like he says in the interview, like he caters to the retro gaming community. He doesn't have anything against new stuff, of course, but his specialty is retro games, right? So
yeah,
when you walk in there, it's very apparent that it's very laser focused on one thing. And we talked about a lot of game stores, and let's include EB Games in this conversation as well, that have had to go outside and bring in toys and collectibles and things like that because new games aren't bringing what they used to physically, right? But he makes his living from just retro, man. And you know what? I wish like Will and I could just play the video now and just kind of commentate over it because it's just such a amazing experience to be in this store. But I want you guys to watch it on your own. Watch it on your own. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do that, Will. Maybe we'll go back and react to some of our old game hunting videos.
That could be a fun like year-end thing to do.
Yeah, that'd be kind of fun.
Mark it down.
Mark it down, chat. Rondo says, I have the red Wii. Came with Super Mario. The red Wii, yes. And then there was a Wii version 2, Rondo, that was a Canadian exclusive.
I thought that was the red one, wasn't it?
No, there was another red one. There was like, you know how the Wii looks? There was one red like that. Then the Wii that was like Wi-Fi only or whatever. That was the Canadian exclusive, and it was completely like remodeled. It looked different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, yeah. Jungle Strike. Here you go, Mutron. All you Desert Strike fans, this is part 2. Will, you want to start us? Can you even read that? Can you read a bit of that description? We'll go half and half on this one. This is the cover story, part of the cover story.
Oh, it doesn't meld well with the background.
I can see it. I can go if you want.
I'll start. It's okay. The madman is dead, but his horrible legacy lives on. His son, who also bears his hideous name, is back with a thirst for vengeance. Combined with the evil forces of an escaped Colombian drug lord, he has now acquired the materials to make nuclear weapons.
Uh-oh.
Only one team can stop him, the gang from Jungle Strike. You need like almost like an A-Team like soundtrack going on that.
Yes.
Even with a defense cutting new commander-in-chief, the Apache chopper has been replaced with a Super Comanche attack chopper armed with three usual weapons: Hydras, machine guns, and Hellfires.
Jacques with the 22 months, almost 2 years. Wow, time flies. What an awesome 22 months.
Let's go.
Yeah, dude. Thank you to you and Chantel for being here. Dale was my first. You guys, I remember the streams that there was just the 3 of us in there hanging out. So appreciate all your support, buddy. And you know what? If Will and I could give you some of the game stores that we have here and I could ship them to you, I would, dude. Because I think you should definitely have some game stores. We are blessed in Southwestern Ontario. We have so many game stores and toy stores to choose from. So we are blessed. I would give you some, man. I would if I could. Electronic Arts returns from the Gulf with its new 16 meg monster, Jungle Strike. Instead of being confined solely to the desert, this time the action takes place in a variety of geographic areas. Snowy Alps, deserts, misty jungles, and even the capital, just to name a few. You are not just confined to flying a chopper, you can also fly a stealth fighter, drive a hovercraft, and even ride a motorcycle. Woo! These weapons must be used in order to complete certain levels and require new skills to master. Fans of Desert Strike Return to the Gulf will find plenty of challenge in the next mission. So climb aboard for fast and furious combat. This promises to be one of this year's hottest games. There you go.
Yeah, I never played this one.
Feel like I need to. There's so many fans in the chat. Jacques says, Jungle Strike, anything like Tiger Heli. I know
Sounds the same.
Mutron and Den are fans of this, so they would probably know. Will and I have never played this one. Or the first one, for that matter. It kind of looks interesting. Might be one worth looking into if you guys say it's pretty cool. Yeah, there's a huge spread here. Jurassic Park for the NES.
Now we're getting to the real meat and potatoes of the mag.
All right, well, you love Jurassic Park.
Dinosaurs.
Yeah, starts off, ha ha ha. Dinobots are better, but that's okay.
It was bound to happen when a zoo was for genetically created monsters gets out of hand. A handful of people are forced to survive the terror of a seemingly prehistoric world. Jurassic Park was supposed to be the ultimate thrill. Instead, it's the deadliest place on Earth.
In Jurassic Park for the NES, you control Grant. A what?
Paleontologist.
Paleontologist. I've never said that word in my life. There you go. A paleontologist who has to try to set things right. Shut up, JT. Armed with a variety of weapons, he must save everyone from the onslaught of dinosaurs, including the fierce Tyrannosaurus, spitting, Delphia Preparatus. List of all the vile velociraptors based on the Michael Crichton book of the same name by Stephen King. Hey, you are rude for saying it. I heard you, man. We're tight like that. I heard. He was going to blame the Canadian school system. I was just defending myself ahead of time. Okay, now that I butchered that, any Jurassic Park fans in the chat?
Yes. I like the movies. I can't think of a game I've enjoyed. There was an arcade light gun shooter for Jurassic Park that I thought was fun.
Yeah, I remember that. And the only one I played, Jacques likes Jurassic, fair. I played the 3DO one, which is horrible. That's the only Jurassic Park I've played. But, you guys don't need me to say this. I'm not really a fan of dinos. So I haven't played any of these. But there you go. I don't know why I don't like dinosaurs. Jay hates fun. That's why.
It's true.
Hates it. All kinds of fun. Bubsy.
Like Battletoads and Battle Maniacs.
Oh, it's the Super Nintendo one.
This one's great. This is where you really get to see like the absurdity of Battletoads.
Nice. Do they do more like different levels? No, sorry. More same levels, because the very first level of the first Battletoads game is so great because you get that rare feel. Like you feel the hits, you feel the punches, and then it quickly goes off the rails. You're on a rope, and then you're on the speeder bikes.
Yeah, they still do a lot of that.
They still do a lot of that?
Yeah.
Blah. Kaiju, I don't hate them. I just never grew up like, most kids like dinosaurs. I never really, I like the Dinobots from Transformers, but I was never like, we'd go to the dollar store and stuff. I never wanted like a rubber dinosaur or any of that stuff. It just didn't appeal to me.
Jay was just born with a game controller in his hand.
Right
out of the womb.
Darth Vader. I was like, Darth Vader's pretty cool. Dinosaurs are not so cool. I'm sorry. We all like what we like. Don't hate me, Ish. NFL football. What's up, Rock the Casbah? Good to see you in the chat again.
Turok 2 is good. Turok 1 has some issues, but I like Turok 2.
Yeah, I think that's the only one I played was Turok 2, the black cart.
Yep. The first Turok, it has that really thick fog, so you can never see anything coming at you until it's almost too late. And that was a limitation of the technology, and they kind of fixed it a little bit more in the second, a little bit better in the third, but
they would always incorporate that into the story. Like in Superman, remember it was like Lex Luthor, like Superman 64, like Lex Luthor put poisonous gas throughout the city or whatever. That would like make up for the fog.
Yeah. Oh, I can't see. Not like Superman doesn't have X-ray vision or something, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Zombies ate my neighbors. My Dinobots are good enough. Well, thank you. Good.
Zombies Ate My Neighbors. One of the best games on the Super Nintendo.
Look at this boss baby on F here. What is happening here?
It's a giant baby.
Stupid.
Zombies Ate My Neighbors is fun. You shut your mouth.
Kakoma Night in Busyland. What?
That sounds like a name we would call a game. Hey, yo, Busy Land. Let's get busy.
Busy nothings. Turok the dinosaur botherer. Here's Jurassic Park on Genesis. It's quite a bit different. We haven't seen the Super one yet, but this is the side scroller. I don't know which one would be better. It's kind of like
this looks better than the other one.
This looks better than the top-down one, you think? Yeah.
But I haven't played either. I haven't
played either. The dinosaur botherer. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, we're going. Sorry to Rock fans, Jurassic Park fans, Transformers fans. If you like it, just tell me to slow down here. We're moving along here. Jacques says I saw they make Silent Hill remake.
I'm surprised you passed that.
What?
Instruments of Chaos.
Why?
Starring young Indiana Jones.
Oh, I missed it. Still better than Bond.
JP, cover your ears.
I always want to put that poll up again because it's so ridiculous. The JP and I were even fighting about that. Yeah, Young Indiana Jones Chronicles. That was an all right show. I'm gonna say that show was not so bad. It was not that bad. It was who was the guy who played Young Indiana Jones? Oh man, he's the dude with the red hair in Pulp Fiction who sells the drugs to John Travolta. Eric
that helps
something.
Me.
Eric, come on, chat. Strato JT, come on, you know this.
While we're thinking of that, I am excited for the Silent Hill 1 remake.
Eric,
I really like the Silent Hill 2 remake. I thought they did a really good job with that one.
Lay down, buddy. Yeah, it was good. Stoltz, thank you. Yes. Eric Stoltz. And he wasn't the original Marty, was he? Eric Stoltz? No?
That's the wrong guy on that one. I don't know this stuff.
I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know what's going on.
Summer Challenge with the Hell of Fair Twins. Is that the one? That was the game, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, at the beginning of the 90s raunchy ads, even though that had
and like this game is like the most generic Olympic style event game ever, it looks like.
Here's the insert for the Hero magazine. So you got some blockbuster movies like Cliffhanger. Yeah, I feel like we saw this exact insert in last issue. Whatever. Oh, God. Bram Stoker's Dracula for the Sega CD. Ladies and gentlemen.
Canadian legend Keanu Reeves.
Dude, it's so awful.
The game?
The game. I've never seen the movie. I can't speak on the movie.
I haven't seen it either.
This game is awful, man. It would have been good for a Monday Hell Ride.
Are you ever going to bring back the Monday Hell Ride? Are we going to play Bubsy now?
Well, that'll be on the Sunday Sweet Ride.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone loves Bubsy. No.
Yeah, I just... looking at the screenshots for Echo on CD, it's like they could have done more with it. It just looks so... not that much different.
Yeah, I think Steve was saying the only thing that changed was the audio.
Yeah, they just improved the audio.
Same game, pretty much, right? Which is weird because like Sonic CD was really well done. Like they made a completely new game. I don't know, man. Wasn't there Echo on Saturn as well?
I don't remember.
Anybody?
That's like an era that's like long lost to me because I never experienced a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, 95. Well, I mean, there was PS1, right? But I really do feel like Saturn was completely overshadowed, especially when Sony came up to the podium and announced it was $100 less. $100 less in 95 is huge.
Yep.
It's still huge today, but I just mean back then, that was gigantic. They killed Sega. Killed them with that. Even though Sega had a couple months head start, didn't matter. Sorry?
I was saying Bubble Bobble 2. I'm kind of interested in that. I like the first Bubble Bobble.
Bubble Bobble?
Mm-hmm. You don't like Bubble Bobble?
On NES you're talking?
Yeah. There was an ad for it. I'm just saying. I like the first Bubble Bobble. I saw Bubble Bobble 2, and I was like,
you're better off getting Chrono Trigger. That's how much this is going to cost.
Yeah.
Yeah, this especially if we're doing CIB, this will be $1,000 at least. If you're doing like DuckTales 2, Chippendale 2, Bubble Bobble 2, they're all.
All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to announce it here on stream. I'm going to save up a little bit here and there, and by the end of the year, we're going to get a copy of Chrono Trigger.
I think that's a smart move. That way it doesn't seem like such a big sting all at once because you're kind of saving up for it.
Mm-hmm.
And then because we've seen Chrono Trigger, I would say almost at every store we've gone to.
Oh, it's always around. Like I said, it's not like a really rare title. It's just highly sought after.
But yeah, then you could choose where we go and purchase it, right?
Yep.
Because it's readily available. It's just expensive. Which it makes me wonder how many copies it sold. Like, the game is fantastic, for sure. I just don't understand why it's so much money, given that we see it everywhere we go. Right? Like, I don't know.
It just doesn't seem to be rare.
Like, Final Fantasy 2 and 3 aren't worth that much.
No. Like, last time I checked, like, a complete box Final Fantasy 3 was about, like, $450 Canadian?
Yeah, I don't get it. I'm just thinking Chrono must have not sold as many.
Maybe. Like, and arguably, I think Final Fantasy 3 is a better game. Not to say anything, like, Chrono Trigger is fantastic. Like, there's RPGs on that Super Nintendo that are just mind-blowing. But Final Fantasy 3, I think, is a better game than Chrono Trigger. I love Chrono Trigger, but...
Chrono's also 95. It's a 95 release, in North America at least. And we got Saturn and PlayStation in 95. So that might have something to do with it, too.
That could be, yeah.
Jacques says, I agree on those 3 games, but choose Chippendales out of those 3. Yeah, I would too.
Chippendale.
I absolutely would as well. But Bubble Bobble's okay. It's okay. It's just a fun.
It's mindless, right? It's just kind of like, I don't know. Sometimes you just need a game you need to zone out to.
When's the last time someone said I liked Speedy Gonzales?
Does anybody remember Speedy Gonzales?
It's like Pepe Le Pew and all those other characters from the old school. Like, when was that original Warner Brothers cartoon? Like, what was that, like the 40s? Anybody know? Bugs Bunny and all that. When did he originally come on the scene? It's like super old. Pepperidge Farms remembers.
Jock, you have Chippendales 1 and 2 on your fake NES SNES Mini. I still have one of those SNES Minis. I have Chippendale Rescue Rangers.
Chippendale, better than Dale and Chip. Jay, please tell me you're a fan of Donkey Kong or looking forward to playing Donkey Kong Bonanza on the Switch 2. I'm looking forward to playing Donkey Kong Bonanza on Switch 2, yes.
Yep.
I'm not a huge fan of the character of Donkey Kong, but I do want to get that game because it looks great. My favorite Donkey Kong is the arcade game, the original. Will's disappeared.
I just showed off. I just brought my case out for Chippendale. I asked a question on Facebook. This is my fault. I shouldn't have done it. Because I was curious, because I haven't watched a lot on Donkey Kong and stuff, and I was like, a lot of people were talking about the difference, like how Donkey Kong looks different, and I was curious. I was like, is this like how they did an upgrade from like the OG Donkey Kong? Like there's Donkey Kong Jr., who is now our current Donkey Kong. I was like, did they like have another Donkey Kong take over the spot? And I made the assumption that like Diddy Kong was like maybe possibly that way, but then everybody reamed me out. They're like, well, Diddy Kong is a chimpanzee. He can't become a gorilla. And I was like, dude.
Okay, I'm gonna nerd out even more on you, buddy. You're about to get blasted here.
Okay.
Whatever happened to Donkey Kong Jr.? This is my theory. I think the current Donkey Kong we have now.
Yeah.
I say current, as in Donkey Kong Country. I think that's Junior grown up.
It is.
And I think that the Donkey Kong from the Jumpman era is like Cranky Kong.
It is. That's been confirmed. That's why I was like, that's why I was curious, because I didn't think of like the whole chimpanzee and gorilla thing. I just thought Diddy Kong was like another like relation to Donkey Kong. So like, did Diddy Kong grow up and he is the current Donkey Kong? But no, apparently everybody's like, oh, Diddy Kong's a chimpanzee. He can like, I'm like, okay, dude, sorry. Like tons of people ream me out for that. I was like, oh my God.
I don't think Donkey Kong's a really cool character. I think he's a great antagonist, but I don't think he's a great hero character. He's just kind of in the middle for me. But okay, hang on. Isn't Diddy like his son? I guess not then.
No, apparently Diddy is his nephew.
We're talking about Diddy Kong, by the way.
Yeah.
Clarify.
Diddy and Dixie are apparently like nephews and nieces, but then like they're chimpanzees, I guess, so they're not like directly related to Donkey Kong. So they're like, like it gets very confusing. Because like I said, I put this out there and I was like, so like I was putting that theory out there, and then people just like lambasted me for it. They're like, no, idiot. He's a chimpanzee. How can they evolve into being gorillas? I'm like, dude, it's a video game.
You actually got called an idiot?
Yeah. Lots of people.
They called you idiots?
Yeah. I was like, dude, it's a video game. Relax.
That's not very nice.
And that's why I was like, that's my mistake for saying anything on Facebook, man.
Yeah,
like the super nerds on there, like,
Actually, chimpanzees can't be gorillas. He's not going to be a new Donkey Kong.
like, shut up.
Rusty loves PP La Pubes. PP La Pew. That's Pepe Le Pew. I'm just being an idiot. What's up, Chris? Good to see you, dude. Welcome in. Oh, look at this. All right, toy collectors. We have the Hasbro G.I. Joe line of Street Fighter toys.
Those are
There you
cool.
go on the top right. Let's hear it for a reused Thunder Machine.
Woo!
This line is great. One of my favorite lines of Joe. Very cool to see it in here. Hasbro Toys, best known for the G.I. Joe line, and Capcom, best known for Street Fighter 2, have announced an alliance that will bring their two hot products together. Available in late June, Hasbro will roll out 12 action figures, vehicles, and headquarters training center based on the Street Fighter 2 video game characters. According to rumors, the Street Fighter gang was pleased with the toy line likenesses, except for Blanca, who bit the doll's head off and spit it at E Honda. Let me tell you something. A doll, actually, they are action figures, not dolls.
Different times, man. Different times.
Post this on Facebook. Someone call Chad. Jay doesn't like Superman, dinosaurs, Donkey Kong. What the F does he like? Buddy.
Wow. Rash, it's okay.
Buddy.
He likes Bubsy.
I like Bubsy. I like Plumbers Don't Wear Ties. Bubsy the Bobcap. I like Engage and 3DO. Is there anyone left in the stream? Hello.
I'm out. Not even me. I'm out. I'm done.
Yeah.
All the good stuff.
Just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water, Jaws 24, the revengeancing.
Ugh.
Play the clip.
No! I don't want to play with me! No, he wants to play with me!
Whoa. Whoa. That was
an
a clip of
armadillo?
Bubsy the Bobcap.
That's so awful.
It's bad. And his thing is Bubsy, like, I don't want to show too much of it, but Bubsy, you know the voice you do, Will? Like the nerd voice you do?
Yeah.
That's how he talks.
It's awful.
He says, "What could possibly go wrong?" Like when he does his S's, like he's got too much spit. It's like swallow. Swallow it. Like, what do you need? What's wrong with you? Does it just come out like drool out of your mouth? Like, what are you doing? Will's left the building. Jay's favorite game publisher is Game Mill. That's true. And Digital Pictures.
That's gonna be my thing. When you start talking about Bubsy, I'm just gonna walk away.
Bubsy! What could possibly go wrong? Oh, yeah, I don't like Blade either. I just think he's a weak character, man. He's a vampire who hunts vampires. Whoopity-doo!
He can walk in then the day, too. He's a day walker.
Oh,
okay?
how convenient that he can walk in the day. Big whoop. I want to go to Tomo Distribution and get a lot of these rare imports. Love these ads. Love it.
Ugh, Bubsy again. Can't run away from frickin' Bubsy.
Here you go. Here's an ad.
Oh, Arrow the Acrobat.
Here comes another mascot to the mascot war. Arrow the Acrobat. Who ever played this?
I did. It was awful. I rented this. We used to have a place here in town that it was right down the street from us called Video Flicks.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And we'd rent, every weekend my dad would take me out and they'd rent a movie and then I'd rent like a video game. And I rented this because I was like, he looks kind of cool. Still regret it to this day.
You guys be nice. We're going to start a new series called I never said I hate. Did I say I hate? I don't think I said I hate. I just, how
you don't like.
It's like you prefer something over something else. Doesn't mean I hate it.
Yeah, you guys lay into him about Blade. Blade is amazing.
I hate Blade. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Rusty says Blade is epic. I like hello. I don't get it. Is that like a line from Blade? Is that a line from Blade? Hello, he says hello. Is that happening?
I'm choosing not to engage.
Retro Mags, shout out to Retro Mags. Everyone go to retromags.com. Show those guys some support. They are curators of video game history. All these game publications, not just EGM, but Game Pro, Nintendo Power, all your favorites are all there. And shout out to Retro Mags for being awesome.
Always a good time with Retro Mags.
Type. What are you saying? Blade is like epic. I like hello. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Some mother effer is always trying to ice skate uphill. That's right. That's a quote.
Is that another Blade? That's lame.
That's a Blade quote. That's a good quote.
All right. Mods, Rusty's on timeout till further notice. Okay, we're not going to handle this anymore. We're not going to deal with this anymore.
Rusty, it's okay. Don't worry. I'll save you, Rusty. It's okay. Don't worry. You're
so much stress over Blade and dinosaurs and Donkey Kong. I'm sorry, guys.
That new Donkey Kong does look good. I will say. I'm going to be getting
all of you to love Luke Skywalker. I talk about Luke all the time. Han Solo's better character. I don't freak out.
Do you though? I think you go in your dollies in the bathtub and cry with them.
I freak out if someone says that.
Why does nobody love you, Luke?
That was the first Blade movie's boss fight. Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go. See JT come to my side. I like the first Donkey Kong arcade game. There you go. I do.
What did you think of the Donkey Kong race course in Mario Kart World?
Say that again.
The Donkey Kong race course in Mario Kart World.
Oh, it's great. It's going up the girders again. That was really cool.
Yeah, if you go in the actual free roam stuff, there's a lot of little hidden little Easter eggs and stuff that you miss from actually doing the race because you can stop and look around, right?
Well, we actually finished the game on 100, nothing major yesterday, but I wanted to get through it all. We didn't even get to free roam, so I haven't even tried it yet. I'm looking forward to doing that.
Yeah, there's some pretty cool stuff, and you can unlock some skins in the free roam too.
Nice, very cool. Bash is saying, did you just say Donkey Kong grease course?
Yeah, that's the special unlock, the grease course. Getting all that DK grease all over you.
I'm going to the post office today, Mutron, actually, thank you. To pick up some treats from our buddy Mutron here. Donkey Kong. It's going to be added to the list. Donkey Kong. Oh, Conky Dong's the best one. Conky Dong.
And the Adventures of Lonk. Those are always on the list.
Song from Pennsylvania. That was the best. Yeah, that's so 2009. What are you streaming today?
Guys, I'll be live in the next 30 minutes over on twitch.tv/WillyLo. Come hang out. We are doing some Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering pack openings.
Oh boy.
We're also going to be playing a game today. I think I had an idea of playing some Palia today, but I think I'm going to be trying out a new game today called The Altars.
That's fun.
Just switch it out. Yeah. And then generally you can find me over there every Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday, and here Fridays with Jay. Except for next week, I'm heading out on vacation with the missus out to British Columbia for a week. So I'm not going to be here. I'm going to be going and enjoying some free time, and I'm trying to disconnect from everything. I feel like I'm just so connected to the internet as of late. I'm just going to do a nice hard disconnect.
That's what she said?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll miss you, Will. And now I don't know what to do with my Friday.
But I'll be back the next Friday, and then we're going to do, I think it's the next Friday, right? Is that what we scheduled?
Yeah, GoldenEye. We're doing it. Yeah, it's
4th.
50-50 chat. We put it up for members only on my YouTube here. Will and I are going to do another race. I put NES, Zelda, or GoldenEye. And it was going back and forth for a while, but it's dead tied at 50%. So if you're a channel member and if you haven't voted, I mean, we're already picking GoldenEye, so forget about it. But it was at 50-50, so I think that's crazy. You know what? Both will be great for different reasons, but I thought Zelda would be fun just to see whoever can get the most Triforce parts. Because in Zelda 1, you can go kind of almost anywhere up to a certain degree.
Yeah.
Right?
Man, I haven't played that in a long time. I have to brush that off. Maybe I'll bring my Switch with me and I can play that on the plane.
We got $9.99. Thank you for the support. Mighty Mutron, who says Donkey Long, and he's crying because he thinks he's hilarious. I think that's pretty funny. Donkey Long is going to join Conky Dong and play the game Donkeys. It's a good game. Thank you, Mutron, very much. We got a couple new memberships, or we got a couple re-ups here. So thank you guys for that support. Really appreciate it. Rusty wants you to know she'll be streaming Blade in the Discord tonight.
Oh, good. I'm there. Rusty, I'm there. All the true Blade fans will be there.
No Jays allowed. It's true.
Yeah. We're banning Jay from his own Discord.
Kicked out of my own Discord. That's fine. You guys have been an awesome audience. Make sure you go over and watch Will today. He's going to be playing some new Conky Dongs. And one more time for WillyLo here. Just before we go. One more time.
I don't know.
Walk the pod,
I don't want to listen to it.
You guys are awesome. We will see you tomorrow for Community Day. It's going to be a lot of fun. I got a lot of ideas. So Street Fighter skins tonight. Again, don't forget, guys, to use my code. I would appreciate. Doesn't cost you anything, but it helps out the channel. So if you're buying your Street Fighter skins, JB Fortnite is the code. Which if you're bored, you already know. All right, well, we're out of here. You guys rock.
Bye, friends.
We'll see Will in a couple weeks, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Cheers, my friends.